Ohayou gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbanwa, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with the NPB, Pacific League, Central League, or their sponsors. We are giving English reports on the game being played and hope English-speaking fans around the globe can enjoy the games on YouTube and Twitch along with us. Tonight, we are excited to bring you one of the most exciting pitching matchups of the 2022 campaign. It is going to be Yoshinobu Yamamoto going on to the mound for the visitors from Orix. And he'll be facing the Japanese legend Masahiro Tanaka, who takes to the hill for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. We're going to give you the starting lineups, and first from the Orix Buffaloes. Leading off and in left field, wearing 00 is Ryota Ishioka. Batting second and playing third base, wearing number 6 is Yuma Mune. Hitting third in center field, wearing number 67 is Kaita Nakagawa. In the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 7, Masataka Yoshida. Batting fifth in right field, wearing number 99 is Yutaro Sugimoto. Batting in the sixth spot and playing first base, wearing number 14 is Joe McCarthy. Hitting seventh and playing shortstop, wearing number 24 is Kataro Kobayashi. Batting eighth and doing the catching, wearing number 2 is Kenya Wakatsuki. And batting ninth at second base, wearing number 3 is Ryo Adachi. And they are going to be facing the star pitcher for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. It's going to be Masahiro Tanaka. He has a 4-7 record on the year. He's worked 88 and a third innings. He's allowed 81 hits, 31 runs, 29 of which have been earned. He has walked 13 and struck out 71, and he's got an ERA of 2.95. And now the starting lineup for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Our friend Ruben Hogan asked the question, is the under at 3 for the first 5 innings a good bet? I think so. With these two pitchers on the mound, it's probably a good bet, but they are calling for some dicey weather as there is rain in the area, so that may have an effect on how this one plays out. Leading off for the Golden Eagles and playing in left field, wearing number 6 is Haruki Nishikawa. Batting second and doing the designated hitting, wearing number 33 is Genji. Hitting third and playing second base, wearing number 3 is Hideto Asamura. And the cleanup spot in right field, wearing number 35 is Hiroki Shimouchi. Batting fifth at third base, wearing number 5 is Igoro Moji. Hitting sixth at first base, wearing number 7 is Daichi Suzuki. Hitting seventh in center field, wearing number 8 is Ryosuke Tatsumi. Batting eighth and doing the catching, wearing number 26 is Jinjiro Sumitani. And batting ninth, the shortstop, wearing number 0 is Hiroto Kobakata. And they're going to be facing the ace of the Orix staff. It'll be Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound. He is 9-4 on the season. He's thrown 110 innings. He's allowed 79 hits, 25 runs, 21 have been earned. He has walked 25 and struck out 114, and he's got an ERA of 1.72. So we got Rubens asking if we can shout out his wife, tell Docs Hogan she's the best wife. And you should let Rubens continue to listen to the game all night long, no matter where Ruben calls himself the home for this evening, hopefully by his computer listening to us. That's your starting lineup, everybody, for tonight's ball game. We'll be ready to get this one underway. It's the first of a 3-game set. We'll be calling all 3 games in this series. We'll be back on tomorrow night for the game starting at 9 o'clock Pacific or midnight Eastern. And a rare Monday game from the Japanese League, as they don't play very often on Monday. There will be a third game of this series, and we will do it on Sunday night at 10 o'clock Pacific or 1 a.m. Eastern. So hopefully you could join us for that one. We have our St. Louis Cardinals fan in the house, and we'll stick around, everybody. We'll be right back with the first pitch of the ball game after this from our friend Dave.
Thanks for checking out Freddie and Last Raps Baseball. It's time to announce the winners of this month's mystery pack. Boom! Josh S., you're the winner. Congratulations. Enjoy the game, and remember to tell Steve Rademacher, pick a haircut. Back to the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're about ready to get this one underway as Masahiro Tanaka is just completing his warm-up tosses. It is going to be leading off. It'll be Ryota Ishioka, Yuma Mune, and Kaida Nakagawa to face him here tonight. As we said, there is rain in the area in Tohoku. The crowd is bundled up. They've got themselves their rain gear, but nothing right now as they are calling for some inclement weather. The home team tonight, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, it is a different strip for them tonight. They've got black tops with their maroon trim. They have gray pants tonight with the maroon piping. That is what they will wear. And the Orix Buffaloes, who typically wear their all whites at home, are going to be flashing that here on the road for this game here tonight. So that is what the two clubs are wearing. Tanaka has had himself a decent season statistically. He just hasn't had the win-losses. The support for the Golden Eagles has been a bit suspect. They had themselves a double-digit win streak early in the year, but they have really struggled lately as they have fallen off the pace. And the Orix Buffaloes, who are the defending Pacific League champions, have started to play a little bit better recently, and that's what we have here as we've got two teams heading in different directions that are going to collide here for the first of a three-game set. And so Masahiro Tanaka has completed his warm-up tosses, and now we're ready to get this one underway as Ishioka is stepping up to the plate. For Ishioka on the season, he's batting .308. He's got no homers and no RBIs. He doesn't have many at-bats. He's getting the nod in the top spot. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And we are underway. No balls and one strike to Ishioka. Ishioka bats from the left side. He's one of those few players who wears glasses when he hits. There is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2. So our friend, the living room, says that the Bay Stars have picked up Robert Gesselman, and he took Orix tonight minus 1.5. This game here is going to be an entertaining game. As we said, the pitching for both teams is electric. There was a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats on the third base side of the home plate, and the count remains at 0-2. We expect to have a decent crowd tonight with this star-studded pitching matchup, as this is the best, one of the best you're going to get in all the NPB. The only one maybe missing out of this would be Roki Sasaki from the Marines, or maybe even Morishita from the Hiroshima Carp. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tanaka working from the windup. He rocks into the motion, and now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded softly over to third. It's fielded neatly by Moji. He throws to first. And that is going to do it for Ishioka. He's gone for the first out of the inning on a ground out, 5-3 for out number 1. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Yuma Mune. Mune got off to a slow start this year. He's hitting at .261 with no homers and 21 runs batted in. He has slowly been ratcheting up the batting average throughout the season. Last year really was a year where he came into his own. He got most of his starts were at third base. He did get some outfield duty. Last year he hit .272, but he had some home runs. He had 9 homers and 42 RBIs. He's fallen off the pace like most of the players in the Pacific League in the home run department this year. Here's the first pitch. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to Mune. Tanaka, very relaxed on the mound, very methodical in his ways. He rocks into the motion. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded to third. Another one fielded by Moji. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Mune. So 2 up and 2 away in the same manner. A ground out 5-3 has erased Mune. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Kaida Nakagawa. For Nakagawa on the season, he's batting .298. He's got a couple of homers and 25 runs batted in. And our friends Ruben Hogan, who jumped in here and wanted the shout out for his wife. As we said, he's probably going to be happy that he took the under in this one. Here comes the first offer from Tanaka. There's a fastball ticket for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. For some reason, I just have a feeling this final score of this game could be a 2-1 game or a 3-2 or a 1-0 game. With these two guys on the mound. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It breaks the bat. It is a fair ball down in the corner. The bat he went into the outfield. It is picked up by Nishikawa. And that is going to be a double for Nakagawa. That bat went flying right toward where the third baseman was standing, as we see that again on the replay. It was a fastball. He sawed him off, did Tanaka, and he was able to fight the ball down the line. He was able to get the ball into the corner for a double. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Masataka Yoshida. Nakagawa getting a round warm of applause from the Orix fans who've made the trip to Tohoku for this one. So Yoshida steps to the plate. He is batting .303. He's got 9 homers and 47 RBIs. The best way I can describe this hitter is that he really reminds me of the left-handed hitting Alex Bregman. Just the way that he really squeezes the bat. He's very, very tense at the plate. He takes a first pitch fastball inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Masataka Yoshida. Our friend in the living room is predicting that Tanaka is going to blow it up. Well, we'll have to see what happens. He blew up that pitch on the bat of the hitter for sure. Here comes the pitch. It is a split finger pitch that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. That is one of the pitches for sure that you have to keep an eye on Tanaka. He has got a nasty splitter. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Yoshida bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Tanaka, who holds at the belt. He checks the runner at second base. He checks him again, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses just inside. The count now goes to 2-1 on Yoshida. I was saying before the game, I had a conversation with Steve Rademacher, and we were talking, and I was telling him that Yoshida this year is a little bit down in some of his offensive categories. Statistically, he's had better averages over the last couple of years. But part of that might have to do with Yutaro Sugimoto has been not as strong this year as he was last year. Really doesn't have anybody hitting behind him. There's a fastball that misses inside. And there is a fastball that runs it to 3-1. Our friend Master Mike says, just curious, why not do MLB games? Well, we do. Usually we do the day games and earlier games. Today I was actually going to do the Cubs and the Mets earlier, but we passed on that one because it ended up getting rained out in the Windy City. And so here comes the 3-1 offering as Tanaka checks the runner at second. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside, and that is going to be ball 4. As Yoshida has got himself a walk, and that is going to bring up the right fielder Yutaro Sugimoto. Yep, so we do the games. We just can't do a dedicated team. That sometimes helps out on both causes where you can basically what you have is when you can do the dedicated teams. When I look at guys who do the Yankees or the Red Sox or the Dodgers and you stay with it, you really get to know the teams. You don't get to know the visitors as well. Here we kind of get to know everybody. We just don't get to know the one team as well, especially when they're have a string of games where they're playing, in the last week or so, if they're playing well or if they're not playing well. We are going to be doing a big league game tomorrow. We're going to add to the schedule. It'll be the Cardinals and the Reds. There's a first pitch breaking ball that misses down and away to Sugimoto, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Yutaro Sugimoto. Sugimoto is hitting .241 on the year. He's got 10 homers and 32 RBIs. He really got off to a slow start, but he's played much better in the month of May and June. The living room chimes in. He says, the MLB is a clown league. Well, maybe. Only if Bryce Harper's doing the interviews. Here's the 1-0 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0 to Sugimoto. So after retiring the first 2 hitters, Tanaka has struggled a little bit here as he's allowed that broken bat double to Nakagawa, and he walked to Yoshida. He falls behind in the count 2-0 to Sugimoto. So he gets the sign. And now he comes set at the belt. And he checks the runner at second. He checks the runner again. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is driven to deep left field. But moving back underneath it is Nishikawa. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it here in the first inning for the Orix Buffaloes. Well, the Buffaloes got things going with a couple out, but they weren't able to cash here. They had no runs. There was a hit, no errors, and 2 runners left the board. We are through a half inning. It is the Orix Buffaloes nothing, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We're going to have a good one here tonight. We've got ourselves a great crowd. Here is our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Steve Rademacher coming at you. I'm having my 500 subscriber giveaway if we get there by the end of this year. That's my name and my channel, Steve Rademacher. All you have to do is be publicly subscribed, and then you can enter to win once we hit the magic number, either an unopened, still sealed box of Star Trek official trading cards, Next Generation and Original Series. If that's not your cup of tea, we have Fleer Adrenaline with a Deer Dick rookie card. I have pulled out an autograph from one of these, and there are relics. If that's not your thing, how about an unopened box of 1987 Donruss Baseball? Just come watch me, subscribe, and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We'll be back in just a moment with the call at the bottom of the first inning. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right here after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is the bottom of the first inning, and it's going to be Haruki Nishikawa, Ginji, and Hideto Asamura to face the right-handed flamethrower Yoshinobu Yamamoto as he is ready to get things going here in the bottom of the first inning. Yamamoto rocks into the motion, and he kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep left field. Moving back underneath it is the left fielder Ishioka, and he makes the catch. With one pitch, we have one away here in the first inning, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Ginji. For Ginji on the season, he's batting .314. He's got no homers and 17 runs batted in. The veteran hitter has really come in and produced for the Golden Eagles this year, getting a chance to play more regularly over the last 4.5 weeks. And he stands at the plate waiting on the first offering from Yamamoto, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner for ball one. And the count is 1-0. Ginji has moved up in the batting order as well. We've seen him hitting in the 5 and 6 and 7 spots. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. We got Whoopi, who is in here, and they want to know about the live stream. They've got a few people in here who might be able to help you out. We don't post the links. That'll get us in trouble. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 1-2. Our friend in the living room might be able to help you out on that one. And then what you can do is, usually what everybody else does is they sync the game to us. And here's the 1-2 pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to second. It is fielded by Ryo Adachi. He throws to first. And that is going to be a ground out 4-3. For out number 2 here in the first inning. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Hideto Asamura. So 2 up and 2 away, and Asamura strides to the plate. He's batting .262 on the season. He's got 14 homers and 49 runs batted in. Asamura bats from the right side. And so here comes the first offering from the right-hander Yamamoto. So there's your answer, Wu Pigzui, or however you say your name. And there's a first pitch fastball that misses down from ball one. And the count is 1-0. So we apologize if we missed it up. Here comes the 1-0 offering. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away to Asamura. Now the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander against the right-hander. Yamamoto ready to rock into the delivery. He goes into the motion. Now he kicks and he fires. And it is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is now 2-1. By Asamura's reaction there, I think he wishes he had that one back, as that was a Pitch that was right over the outside corner of the plate. So here comes the 2-1 offering. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball swung on. It is popped up. It's on the right side of the infield. It is playable. Camping out underneath it is the first baseman, Joe McCarthy. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it here in the bottom of the first inning for the Golden Eagles. They go quickly and they go quietly. There were no runs in the inning. There was no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through one complete. It is the Orix Buffaloes nothing. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this from our friend Steve.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day. And there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Buffalo batting order. It means it's Joe McCarthy, Kotaro Kobayashi, and Kenya Wakatsuki. And the first offering to McCarthy from Tanaka is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. For McCarthy, he's batting .235 on the season. He's got a couple of homers and 10 RBIs. As Tanaka rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers, there is a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to McCarthy. One would have to think that if Tanaka wants to get rid of him here, he's going to go right to his split finger pitch. We'll see how it is splitting tonight for the veteran right-hander. And here comes the 0-2 offering. McCarthy waggling the bat, and here's the pitch from Tanaka. It is a fastball that misses down. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. I have to say that even though Tanaka is not the oldest player, I still think he has major league stuff. He probably could have played the big leagues a little more. There's a fastball that comes inside, and he hits Joe McCarthy. McCarthy's going to be aboard with a hit by pitch. I think Tanaka would want to have that one back, as he was not able to command his fastball, and McCarthy gets hit in the tricep area, just above the elbow, but he had an elbow guard on, so we got the top of the elbow guard. And he is aboard here with a hit by pitch. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Kotaro Kobayashi. For Kobayashi, he's batting .211. He's got 4 homers and 14 runs batted in. I think our friend did get that. I'm not sure if he's been able to figure it out yet. So here comes the first offering. That's a fastball that misses outside to Kobayashi, and the count is 1-0. Kobayashi bats from the right side against the right-handed throwing Tanaka. This is kind of his second full season in the NPB, second regular full season for Kobayashi. He began his career with the NPB club back in 2020, but he registered 136 games last year. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count goes even to 1-1. He is young as Kobayashi. He is only 20 years old. He turned 20 just before the season, so he played those 136 games as a 19-year-old last year, which is pretty impressive. He had 10 homers and 48 RBIs, even though he hit 228. There's probably lots of years to come for this fella in the NPB. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. And the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. The right-handed hitting Kobayashi. Tanaka again gets his sign. He has the runner McCarthy at first base. There's nobody out here in the top of the second. The catcher Sumitani gives the sign to Tanaka, and he comes set at the belt. He pauses at the top of his delivery, and now he gives a little token toss over to first base. The base runner McCarthy gets back easily in time. McCarthy, not really a threat to steal. He's got no stolen bases this year. He doesn't necessarily run particularly well. So here comes the 2-1 offering to Kobayashi. Again, Tanaka pauses at the chest and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats behind the first base side of home plate. That's going to run the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The crowd is a bit of a late arriving crowd in Tohoku. As we said, there is some weather in the area. We've got like father, like son in here. Joe, we appreciate you stopping in. It is great to see you. Our friend asks, is Tanaka the old Yankee? Absolutely he is. Sahira Tanaka, one of the NPB legends. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted softly into center field. Moving underneath it is the center fielder, Tatsumi. He makes the catch. That is going to retire Kobayashi for the first out of the inning. He is gone for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. As our friend here, Wupigsui, is in here, 101. As he comes in and asks the question about Tanaka, it is a fantastic pitching matchup here tonight. As we said, we've got the veteran in Tanaka, the young gun in Yoshida. Everything you want in a pitching matchup. And so here's Wakatsuki to the plate to face the veteran right-hander. And the first pitch from Tanaka, he throws as a fastball. It's bunted down the first baseline, but it is going to roll foul as it's picked up by Daichi Suzuki. Runs the count to 0-1. Wakatsuki on the season is hitting .257. He's got no homers and 3 runs batted in. It was a decent bunt. The way the grass is configured, it's really tight to the foul lines. I don't know if there's much more than 6 inches between the foul line and the infield grass. And then there's a lot of dirt. The baseline is huge to the foul line side. And so here comes the 0-1 offering. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. Our friend Crimestein comes in, and he says, but what team do I bet on, though? Well, if you would have asked me about a month ago, I would have said the Golden Eagles. They were playing really good baseball. But they have struggled lately. They are the home team in this one. So that plays in a factor. But the Buffaloes have played much better, and they have their ace on the mound, of course, against the ace for the Golden Eagles. It's almost a coin flip on this one. But the way that the Buffaloes are playing, I probably would give them the edge. And here's the pitch. It is, again, squaring to bunt is Wakatsuki, but he takes that one low for a ball, and the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So they asked the question. He says, Orix, I think before the game started, I would probably open this one up with Orix. But that's just my thoughts on it. Good thing I don't have any nickels or dimes or shillings on this one. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. As Tanaka holds at the chest, and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. It's fielded nicely by the second baseman. As Zamura, he flips it over to second for 1, back to first. It's a Golden Eagle double play, and that is going to do it here in the second inning for Orix, as it is a 4-6-3 double play in the inning. So for Orix in their half of the inning, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the second inning. It is the Orix Buffaloes nothing, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment after this from our friend Matt Hollis.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the second inning. It is going to be the heart of the Golden Eagles batting order coming up. It'll be Hiroki Shimochi, Igor Omoji, and Daichi Suzuki to face the hard-throwing right-hander Yoshinobu Yamamoto. As Shimochi steps to the plate, he is hitting .285 on the season. He's got 6 homers and 39 runs batted in. As he steps in here to face the first offering from the Orix ace, Yamamoto kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Shimochi, we've seen him many times as we call the Eagle games. He is a very professional hitter at the plate, fun to watch, and there is a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is now 0-2. When you want a veteran or clutch at bat, you usually want to turn to this fella, as he's been very, very strong and a staple in the middle of the batting order for the Golden Eagles. There's a fastball that just misses inside, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Yamamoto rocking into the motion. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that's waved at and missed. And Shimochi has gone down on strikes for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Igor Omoji. Our friend Master Mike says, thinking about doing commentary, currently a sophomore and thinking about doing some local high school games and my NFL team. Got any tips that you learned which helped you commentate better? It's a great question. I never did any formal training to do the commentating, but I appreciate you stopping in here and listening in. My thing is listen to a lot of ball games or listen to stuff on the radio. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is 0-1. And the reason I say radio as opposed to TV is because when you're doing the game on the radio, you have to find ways to become more descriptive. If you're doing games on television, sometimes you have an opportunity to tell stories as the pictures of the game does the work. There's a fastball swung on, it's fouled away, and the count is now 0-2. Also have to say that you've got to be knowledgeable about what you're doing. I say knowledgeable meaning that you've got to have your homework, you got to have your goods on the players. And at least, some of these guys here in the NPB, we don't get enough English information. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 1-2. So you have to try to find alternative ways. Certainly in English, it's difficult to get information on the players in the NPB outside of Twitter or, different avenues. But if you're wanting on the daily, sometimes it's not always easy. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded to short. It is fielded neatly by Kirbiashi. He throws to first, and Moji is retired for the second out of the inning. That's a ground out, 6-3 for out number 2. Ruben says we're the GOAT. Well, we got a long way to be the GOAT, that's for sure. We're just getting going here, and this is going to bring up the first baseman, Daichi Suzuki. So for Suzuki on the season, he's hitting .238. He's got 2 homers and 12 runs batted in. I can tell you this much. It is fun to be able to call the games and then to interact with people who have a similar interest. So here comes the first pitch from Yamamoto. It's a fastball swung on. It is lined up the middle for a base hit. It's going to be the first hit of the ball game for the Golden Eagles. Suzuki is aboard with a 2-out single, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Our friend Ruben Hogan says both of these pitchers can help the Cincinnati Reds sorry bullpen. Well, not only can they help the Cincinnati Reds sorry bullpen, they could probably start for them. The Reds are going to be sellers at the deadline with Luis Castillo being the prize trade target for a lot of teams. The question is going to be what kind of haul the Reds are going to be able to get for Castillo. Here's the first pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0 to Tatsumi. Tatsumi is hitting .243. He's got 5 homers and 15 runs batted in. He stands on the left side, waiting on the offering from the right-hander Yamamoto. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. It is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-1. I'll answer a few more of those. Add a few more to that there for you, Master Mike, as we move along here. I'll put some thought as we're doing it in between innings. I'll give you another round, a couple other things to think about. The Hobby Hound is checked in to say hello. Welcome. We appreciate you for being here. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Tatsumi as Yamamoto delivers a fastball that just misses up and away. The count is 2-1. You can tell the catcher Wakatsuki didn't necessarily like the call, but I have to be honest, I didn't like the way that Wakatsuki received that pitch. He got rid of that pretty quickly. I think he would have been a better job if he would have paused and frozen the pitch and its location. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Tatsumi. I was talking about information. One of the things that I do believe, I'm pretty confident that Tatsumi, I have to go back. I might even have to go back and watch some video last year. He's hitting from the left side, but I do believe he was a switch hitter last year. They may have just left him on the left side permanently. Because I remember in the season opener, he hit a home run to left field, and I could have sworn it was from the right side. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and now the count runs to 3-2. Our friend Master Mike says, I'll be here. Yep, okay, well, give me a few moments, and I'll give you a couple more things to think about. Any live stream tips from our friend Wupigzui? In what way? There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded softly to second. It's fielded by Ryo Adachi. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Tatsumi for the 3rd out of the inning. That goes as a ground out, 4-3 for out number 3, and that will do it here. There was no runs in the inning. There was 1 hit. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 2 complete. It is the Orix Buffaloes nothing, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. Eric Castile is in the house. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 3rd inning in just a couple of moments. Appreciate you guys all for being here and checking in. We got a lively one here tonight.
Thanks for checking out Freddie and Last Raps Baseball. It's time to announce the winners of this month's Mystery Pack. Boom! Josh S., you're the winner. Congratulations. Enjoy the game, and remember to tell Steve Rademacher, pick a haircut. Back to the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 3rd inning, and Masahiro Tanaka is just completing his warm-up tosses. It's going to be the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order. That means Ryo Adachi, Ryota Ishioka, and Yuma Mune to face him here. Our friend Master Mike was asking questions about tips for doing the games. Other thing is, as I mentioned before, is I had a fellow that I knew from high school who played the drums, and when he moved up to work in Toronto, Ontario, he couldn't play the drums in the condo he was living in. And here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Adachi. And what had happened was he ended up taking his drums and went and started practicing on the streets. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded over to second. It is fielded neatly by Asamura. He throws to first. He's going to retire his opposite number literally and figuratively. It's a ground out 4-3 for out number 1 here in the third inning. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Ryota Ishioka. Ishioka tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out to third his first time up. He is 0 for 1 tonight. So anyways, this fellow would go out and practice his drums out on the street, and he ended up, it was like he was busking for money. And people were really impressed with the way that he was drumming, and they were throwing him money and tips, and he really wasn't out for the money. He was just out to practice. There's a fastball that misses down in it, and the count is 1-0. And so in a lot of ways, YouTube is your, or it could be Twitch, or it could be anything. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count goes even at 1-1. Your audience is there, and they can give you what they like and what they don't like, and you can ask your friends, and you can ask people who listen to the game and give you their feedback. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to second. Asamura fields it. He throws to first. And Ishikawa is retired on a ground out 4-3 for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up Yuma Mune. For Mune, tonight he is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the third baseman his first time up. So Mune steps in and ready to face the offering from the right-hander Masahiro Tanaka. So hopefully those are things to think about as well, is you've got an opportunity and an avenue to practice, and people are going to tell you, and then go back and listen to yourself. Ask yourself where you think you do well and where you think there's pauses and those things. Here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses inside to Mune. The count is 1-0. Mune bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Tanaka. Now rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers, and here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Mune. The thing I like best about the Japanese league is the pitchers really don't waste a lot of time. They get the ball and they're ready to go back at it. It's the hitters that will try to slow them down, as Mune does here and resets himself. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Tanaka. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down. Runs the count now to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So Mune waiting on the offering from Tanaka, who rocks into the motion. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-2. Our friend Crimestein says the over-under is at 3.5. Do you think it will go over? Well, I think our friend Ruben Hogan was in here earlier, and he said it was 3.5 for the first 5 innings. And to me, that was definitely an under. And so here comes the pitch, the 2-2 pitch. It is a fastball that misses down. The count is now 3-2 to Mune. So for the first 5 innings, to me, it was a no-brainer. That's probably easy money on this one. But for the whole game, I'm not sure I would do the under on that one. The way the pitchers, these starters will go, I mean, I easily see a 2-1 ball game being the final here. But should something go awry in 1 inning, that's pretty tight. There's a breaking ball that just misses outside, and Mune has drawn himself a 2-out walk. And he is aboard here, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Kaida Nakagawa. For Nakagawa, he is 1 for 1 tonight. He had that broken bat double down the left field line his first time up. He was stranded at second base. The first inning ended. Our friend the living room says, smash the broadcast button. He learned that the hard way. Our friend Nash is in here. We're grateful for you for being here. Welcome, Nash. We haven't seen you in a little bit. Our friend from Alberta, Canada. Here comes the first offering to the right-handed hitting Nakagawa. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Our friend Wupig Zui asks, how 9 innings or 9 innings? Yeah, there's a 9-inning ball game. We're not playing softball here. Softball games are 7. So 9 innings for the 3.5. I'm not sure I would touch that one. That would be a little bit dicey for me, even with these 2 great pitchers on the mound. There's a breaking ball that just misses outside, and the count runs even now to Nakagawa at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. You do always have to keep an eye on Yumamune. He's got 3 stolen bases on the year. I think he runs a little better than what those numbers would show. Our friend Crimestein says 3.5 for the entire game. And there's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. Our friend Ruben Hogan says his under was 3 for the first 5 innings, and that does look great. With these 2 pitchers on the mound, they can get on a roll and absolutely cruise. Here comes the 2-1 offering now to Nakagawa. As the right-hander Tanaka holds at the chest. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and that runs the count to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another thing that Master Mike, if he's still around in here, I was thinking about, it's when you're doing the game solo and you're doing the game with a color commentator, if you're doing just the play-by-play, it's really easy. Then you've got somebody else to add in the insight. When you're doing it by yourself, you've got to be the jack of all trades. You've got to give the insight, and you've got to be able to do the play-by-play. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2 to Nakagawa. And so that's where you're having to ad-lib in, and you have to give some information, and you have to be able to tell a little bit of the stories or talk a little bit about the insight or what you think you would do in situations or why that would be the case. Our friend Nash says, I think the Buffaloes win here. How good has Yamamoto been and how the Eagles have played lately? Yeah, that win streak that the Eagles have is a distant memory. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded right back to the pitcher, Tanaka. He fires over to first, and that is going to do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the third. It's a ground out 1-3. That's going to do it here in the top of the third inning. So for the Buffaloes, they had no runs, they had a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 2.5 innings. It is the Orix Buffaloes nothing, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back here. The call of the third inning in just a couple moments. Once again, we are glad you are with us. Would you like to support Last Raps Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan. But we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Raps Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to the bottom of the third inning, and if you guys could only see some of the stuff that they've got going on in the concession stands in Tohoku, they've got themselves what almost looks like some gyoza that they've got frying up. They've got themselves some takoyaki. They've also got themselves some hot dogs. So takoyaki is always something interesting. If you like your octopus, you'll enjoy that there, I'm sure. There's a first pitch breaking ball delivered to Shinjiro Sumatani that's fouled away. The count is 0-1. It's the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Golden Eagle batting order. It's Sumatani, Hiroto Kobakata, and Haruki Nishikawa to face the right-hander Yamamoto. And here comes the pitch. It is a split-finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, we don't always run that eBay stuff. We do it every once in a while, but not all the time. So we do appreciate those who do check it out. I have to do a little bit of work on that this week as I've got some downtime. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into soft right field, and the second baseman moving back on it is Rio Adachi, who's going to make the catch. The first baseman was moving back as well. That was Joe McCarthy, and he was called off as Simatani had popped it up on the right side. So one away, and that is going to bring up the shortstop Hiroto Kobakata. Interesting that Kobakata is dropped right down into the 9 spot. We've seen him this year hit in the 2 hole. Most of the games that we've called, he's hitting .268 on the season. He's got no homers and 13 RBIs. But I could see him batting in the 9 spot as he offers some speed. There's a breaking ball that just misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. One thing I've noticed tonight about Yamamoto, he seems to be relying a lot more on his off-speed stuff. There's another breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. I would have expected him to come out with guns blazing, as he's usually mid-upper 90s with his fastball. So here comes the 1-1 offering. The pitch is delivered. It's a fastball that misses down and away. That last pitch was at 90 miles an hour, and the count is now 2-1. Yamamoto seems to be a little bit, doesn't have the velocity that he has in other nights. There's a fastball that one was at 94 that swung on and fouled away, and the count is now at 2-2. Yamamoto, as we said, can dial it up. He can get it upwards of 100 miles an hour. He's not a big He's not a big fella. He's a small righty. And here comes the pitch from Yamamoto. It's a fastball swung on. This ball sliced down the left field line. It's playable as the ball is going to be cut by the left fielder Ishioka. And he is going to be gone for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away. And that's going to bring up the top of the order, Haruki Nishikawa. Our friend Living Room says he can't afford eBay. He has to save his coins for Money Monday. That would possibly be a Steve Rademacher. We haven't seen Money Monday in a while, or I haven't anyway. That brings Nishikawa to the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He's popped out to left field his first time up, and here's the first pitch from Yamamoto. It's swung on and is lifted into deep left center field. Racing back and over on it is the left fielder Ishioka, who makes a great running catch in the gap. And that is going to do it here for the Golden Eagles into their half of the 3rd inning. They go quickly and quietly. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now moving to the top of the 4th inning. It is the Orix Buffaloes nothing, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back here for the call of the top of the 4th inning in just a couple of moments. This game is moving along pretty quick. Here's Steve.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Masahiro Tanaka on for his 4th inning of work, and he's going to get the heart of the Orix batting order. That's going to be Masataka Yoshida, Yatara Sugimoto, and Joe McCarthy to face him here. Yoshida tonight is got a walk his first time up. He was stranded at first base. He's hitting .303 on the season. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball taken for a call strike, and the count is 0-1. Friend Master Mike says he's going to get his mom's credit card and put $2,500 down. Perfect. Fantastic. It'd be great. $2,500 would be able to get me a little more than a round trip flight to Japan and back. We can call the games from there. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit to right field. It's going to get down and past the right fielder all the way to the wall as it just got underneath Shimouchi's glove. Cruising into second with a double is going to be Yoshida, and that's how he's going to get things started here in the top of the fourth inning. So he is aboard, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Yutaro Sugimoto. So Sugimoto tonight is 0 for 1. He flew out to left field his first time up. As we watch the highlight on it again, Shimouchi, I'm kind of wondering maybe why Shimouchi didn't even make an attempt to dive for that one. He looked like he was maybe in between steps. Maybe he thought he could get it. I don't know. Ball ended up getting by him and all the way to the wall. Good job on the play by Ryosuke Tatsumi to back him up, as the right fielder took an inside route to the ball. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul. Sugimoto hit that one a long way, but just not straight enough. It's going to run the count to no balls and 1 strike. Our friend Rademacher, Steve Rademacher, says, I can't, it's in my PC. There's a place out in Port Moody, British Columbia, that they do a lot of the CFL stuff. Maybe I'll mosey in there and see what they have, if they got anything current. I don't know of anything current that is produced by the CFL. So here comes the first offering from Tanaka, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and away. The count is now 1 ball and 1 strike to Sugimoto. Our friend at Nash says, I just witnessed the Giants hit 3 home runs off of Josh Hader at a grand slam walk-off. Well, I know that Steve Rademacher, who would be in here, wouldn't be very happy. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And he kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-2. Living Room says, I want a Milt Stiegel rookie card. Be an interesting question. I don't know if they would have anything like that. And if I'm in the area, which probably I will get there at least once before the end of the next couple of months, and pop in there and let you know if they have anything that's an individual, or maybe even give them a call. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It is a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count's now 2-2. Used to know a couple of fellows who had played in the CFL, a number of guys, obviously some guys I went to school with, but some other guys out here that used to do some work with. But nobody particularly that might have a card or might have a big name worth like Stiegel does. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball that just misses a bit low, and that runs the count to 3-2. So Tanaka looks like he's getting a little bit squeezed here at home. Wasn't necessarily impressed with the last pitch, but that pitch was down. And we have on Twitch somebody in Yamamoto Yoshinobu says, do you think Yoshida has recovered? In the last game, he refused to go to second base, but right after that, he stole a base. Hard to tell. I haven't seen enough of Yoshida lately, as he is the runner at second here with the 3-2 pitch coming up, and there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Sugimoto is retired for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Joe McCarthy. I will say this, and my comments on Yoshida are this, and we don't see him as regular. Yoshida has a great bat. He is an adventure in the field. I don't like his arm, and the way that he runs the bases is a little bit suspect, but it's because of his bat that he can play every single day. And that's how I look at Masataka Yoshida. He is a wizard with the bat. But the rest of his game, I would like to see it improve at some point, but I don't know if it ever will. And so, the arm is what it is. There's a first pitch fastball swung on and fouled off into the foot of McCarthy, and the count is 0-1. Our friend Josh S. says Hader has had a few rough days. He has. By the way, Josh, if you haven't seen the commercial or the infomercial from our friend Dave, you got to get in contact him, as you were the winner of the mystery pack for the month of June. So no balls and 1 strike. We'll run the piece again here in the next half inning so you can make the note and get a hold of them if you haven't done that already. So no balls and 1 strike to McCarthy. McCarthy is waggling the bat. He's waiting on the 0-1 offering from Tanaka. Tanaka checks the runner Yoshida at second, and now he delivers. It's a fastball that just misses inside on the inside corner, and the count's 1-1. Our friend Master Mike says, I literally saw the Brewers had 5 and the Giants had 2, and it was the bottom of the ninth, and I went away because I thought they won. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So here comes the offering from Tanaka. It's a fastball that has swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. So just as Josh S. was able to get a mystery pack of cards from our friend Dave, all you got to do is go over to his channel at Zero Fox and let him know Last Raps Baseball sent you. And he'll give away a mystery pack of cards. At the end of the month, he'll put a draw together and you'll be able to get that as well. So congratulations, Josh. So here comes the 1-2 offering. As Tanaka checks Yoshida at second, he delivers. It is a split finger pitch and misses down. They appeal over to the third base umpire, but they say McCarthy didn't go. The count is now 2-2. McCarthy's first time up ended when he was hit by a pitch on a 1-2 pitch from Tanaka. So here comes the 2-2 offering now to McCarthy. As McCarthy waggles the bat, Tanaka nods in agreement with his sign from his catcher, Simitani. He checks the runner, Yoshida, at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch missing down, and the count is now 3-2. The shortstop, Kentaro Kobayashi, waits his turn on deck. They can be delicate with McCarthy. He does have some pop in the stick. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting first baseman McCarthy. Tanaka again gets the sign from his catcher. He checks Yoshida at second. He holds at the chest. He checks the runner again. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch that misses down, and McCarthy's going to draw himself a walk. That's going to put runners at first and second. It's also going to bring the catcher, Simitami, out to the mound to have a talk with this veteran right-hander. And so with 1 away, that's going to bring the shortstop, Kentaro Kobayashi, to the plate. So for Kobayashi, he is 0 for 1 today. He has popped out to the... I've got him popped out or flown out to the center fielder his first time up. Our friend the living room says he's falling asleep. I'm going to turn in and catch some AM UFC cornflakes, cartoons, and concussions. See you tomorrow. Well, we appreciate. We'll actually be on an hour early tomorrow. It's going to be a 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern game for the same 2 teams. So hopefully you can pop in then. You can join us for that one. So here comes the pitch from Tanaka. It's a split finger pitch swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. Drifting back and making the catch is the left fielder, Nishikawa. And that is going to retire Kobayashi. He took it for a ride, but not far enough. And he has gone for out number 2, and that's going to leave it all up to the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. For Wakatsuki, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded into a double play his first time up. The 4.63 variety. So Wakatsuki steps in. His average has dropped to 254 on the season. He bats from the right side against the right-handed throwing Tanaka. Tanaka leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, Simitani, and now he comes set. He checks the runner at second. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. We'll talk to you tomorrow, living room. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, or maybe even in for the day game when we do the Reds and the Cardinals. We'll make that announcement here after the game that will be added to our schedule. So hopefully you guys can pop in and to listen to some baseball early in the day. So now Tanaka holds the ball at the belt. Then he raises it to his chest. He checks Yoshida at second. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-1. The catcher, Sumitani, thought about firing down backdoor on the base runner at second base as he got a little too far off of the base. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Akatsuki waggles the bat, waiting on the offering now from the right-hander Tanaka. He checks again the runner at second, Yoshida. He checks him again, and now he delivers. It's a fastball taken on the outside corner for a called strike. Wakatsuki sure didn't like that. It turned him around 180 degrees as he walks away from home plate. And now he's going to come back up with a 1-2 count on him. I really like these Golden Eagle uniforms they're wearing today. The black tops with the black hat, the gray pants. It's a good look. I've not seen this look before this year. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Again, Tanaka with his eyes on Yoshida. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. And Tanaka is able to work himself out of trouble as he retires Wakatsuki on a strikeout here for out number 3. Well, there was no runs. There was the leadoff double. For 1 hit, there were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 3.5. It is the Orix Buffaloes nothing, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys are here with us. Hang tight, everybody. We appreciate you all for being here. This is for our friend Josh S. Be sure to check out Dave after the game.
Thanks for checking out Freddie and Last Raps Baseball. It's time to announce the winners of this month's mystery pack. Boom! Josh S., you're the winner. Congratulations. Enjoy the game, and remember to tell Steve Rademacher, take a haircut. Back to the game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 4th inning as Yoshinobu Yamamoto is ready to face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the batting order for the Golden Eagles. It'll be Genji Hideto Asamura and Hiroki Shimouchi. The right-hander has only thrown 33 pitches in the first 3 innings, and that is why I believe that the needle has swayed to the Buffaloes. There's a first pitch, split finger pitch swung on and fouled off over on the first base side. It's fielded by the first base coach. The count is quickly 0-1 to Genji. So no balls and 1 strike. Yamamoto has been very efficient with his pitches tonight. He's not had to go deep into the counts. He's only had 1 full count so far. There's a fastball swung on. It is lined right to the first baseman, McCarthy, who just had to move a little bit to his right. He makes the catch. So a good swing by Genji, but right to the glove of the first baseman, McCarthy. He is gone for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Hideto Asamura. Our friend Crimestein says it looks like he may have made a fatal mistake by taking the over on the 3.5. Well, the way that Yamamoto has pitched, he's been very good. I'll say that Tanaka's not been as sharp. There's a first pitch fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. Tanaka has really had the battle a little bit. He doesn't look like he's got his best stuff tonight. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Another thing about Yamamoto, he's only got 1 strikeout here in the first 3 innings. That's actually noteworthy as well, as he's really not at the pace where he was early in the year. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 2-1. Yamamoto has worked 110 innings. He's got 114 strikeouts, so he's just slightly over the 1 per inning mark. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Asamura. Our friend Crimestein says there's a lot of game left. Where I think the that could happen or could work in your favor is that if the Buffaloes score more runs, I think the way that this is going here, it's going to be tough for the Golden Eagles to put some runs up against Yamamoto, although there's a breaking ball that misses down. Asamura's got himself a one-out walk here in the fourth inning. It's going to bring up Hiroki Shimochi. Speaking of Shimochi, the only hitter in the batting order for the Golden Eagles to strike out tonight is this one. He's 0 for 1 tonight. And Shimochi did strike out back in the second inning. So establishing his lead at first is Asamura. Shimochi digs in, batting from the left side. And here comes the first offering from the righty Yamamoto, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball, taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and one strike to Hiroki Shimochi. As we say, we do appreciate everybody who stops in on the channel. We thank everybody for your support and being here. Here's the no balls and one strike pitch. And Yamamoto delivers. It's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded through the 4-hole into right field. Shimochi's got himself a base hit, but that is going to be a single for Shimochi. Asamura, we didn't see if Asamura was able to go first to third on that one. Ball was struck really well. Asamura doesn't particularly run as well. It did get into right field. Wasn't hit that far as the right fielder Sugimoto was playing in a little bit, and he's got a plus arm. So that's going to be runners at first and second as Asamura did stop at second base. So our friend Crimestein is now fist pumping here, looking for the Golden Eagles to get themselves a run or two here as Igoro Moji steps to the plate. Moji is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to the shortstop his first time up. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Moji on the season entered the ball game tonight hitting .220, 4 homers and 7 RBIs. He enjoyed himself a really good campaign last year. Every time we saw Moji play, and we always talk about this, he was on fire. It seemed every time that he came to bat, he would do some damage. There's the 0-1 pitch. It is a split finger pitch swung on and fouled away. Now the count is 0-2, although this year I can't say that's the same case. We haven't had the karma or the good karma for him. So no balls and 2 strikes to Moji. The runner at second is Asamura. The runner at first is Shimochi. There's one gone here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. And here comes the 0-2 offering. It's Yamamoto holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses off the inside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend Master Mike says he's going to hop off now. It's getting late. We appreciate you being here, and we will be here tomorrow 1 hour earlier. It's going to be 9 o'clock Pacific or midnight Eastern on that game tomorrow night, but then it'll be 10 o'clock on Sunday night for the same 2 teams. We're going to be doing this series, as we said, a rare Monday game in Japan, which is Sunday night on the West Coast or at midnight Eastern. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-2. So once again, we appreciate you for popping in. I'll try to think on some more things for you too there, Master Mike. We can hopefully give you some more insight. Anything we can do to help you out. So here comes the 1-2 offering. Yamamoto checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. And Moji is retired on strikes for the second out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Daichi Suzuki. That was a nasty split finger pitch that just fell off the table. Unable to hold up on the pitch was Moji. And so that is the second strikeout of the ball game for Yamamoto, and that's going to bring Suzuki to the plate, who is 1 for 1 tonight. He had a single his first time up. He's got one of the 2 Golden Eagle hits. So Yamamoto holding set. He checks the runner Asamura at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that just misses outside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Our friend Crimestein says, no, this is terrible. Well, this is Japanese baseball for you here. They've got their opportunity here to cash a run or two in, and it looks like they may be stranding a 1-out double. So here's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-0. Whenever you get a chance to have to get a run off of Yamamoto, you're going to take advantage of it. This is an opportunity here for the Golden Eagles. This could be a turning point in the ball game. So 2 balls and no strikes. Suzuki waggles the bat. He's waiting on the 2-0 offering from Yamamoto. He checks the runner at second, and now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on. It is chopped over to first. McCarthy fields it, but he bobbles the ball, and everybody's going to be safe. That's going to be an error on the first baseman. He had to field the ball, and then he was wanting to flip it over to the pitcher covering. It's going to go down as an E3. Everybody is going to be safe. Asamura is safe at third. Shimouchi is safe at second. Suzuki beats it out, and that's going to bring up the center fielder Ryosuke Tatsumi. That should have been a routine final out of the inning. But apparently the frying pan hands showed up as McCarthy has made the mistake. Nobody scored on that one. It is going to load the bases with 2 out here, and that's going to bring up Ryosuke Tatsumi. So Tatsumi steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. So that should have ended the inning. Crimestein says, thought they had a man on third. Nope, it was runners on first and second. Asamura did not go first to third on that single. It was unfortunate because they had somebody who could run a little bit better, a little bit more fleet of foot. That would have been one that somebody could have went first to third on. But the right fielder, Sugimoto, was playing a little bit shallow. It was a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and he has a pretty good arm, so it would have been a recipe for disaster for Asamura going first to third. So Tatsumi in the hole at 0-1. Waiting on the offering from Yamamoto. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. So the bases are full of Golden Eagles. Asamura at third, Shimouchi at second, Suzuki at first after the error by McCarthy. The count is 1-1 on Tatsumi. Yamamoto holds at the chest. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2. So I think if I'm Tatsumi in this situation, I'm going to anticipate split finger pitch, something down, something that you're going to have to be able to attack. Because if you're looking for anything else, I think you're going to be in trouble. So maybe anticipate the splitty right here. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Yamamoto kicks and delivers. It's a fastball, and that is swung on and fouled away. And the count remains a 1-2. And if that was me as the hitter, I would have struck out because I don't know if I would have been able to get up in the zone to be able to foul that one off. So a good piece of hitting there by the left-handed stick Tatsumi to be able to battle that one off and foul it away. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Waggling the bat is the left-handed hitting Tatsumi. Now Yamamoto kicks and he delivers. There's the split finger pitch that swung on and tapped foul right behind home plate. The catcher Wakatsuki had no idea where it was. Came up with the, where did it go? Kind of like the Christian Arroyo the other night. If you saw last week in the Red Sox-Yankee game, there was a fly ball into right field, and he had no idea where it was, and it ended up landing for a double behind him. Well, that's kind of what the catcher looked like there. He came up with both his hands in the air, not knowing where it was. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Yamamoto kicks, and he fires. It's a fastball that's taken for a ball. They appeal down to the third base umpire, but they say Tatsumi didn't go. Runs the count to 2-2. Now there's the home cooking. That pitch right there, that pitch looked like it was a strike to me. I don't know if I like the way maybe that the catcher received the ball, Wakatsuki. Definitely was a belt-high pitch. So here comes the 2-2 offering. And the pitcher Yamamoto delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Tatsumi has gone on strikes for the third out of the inning. So the Golden Eagles, they strand 3 aboard here. There was no runs in the inning. There was 1 hit, there was 1 error, and 3 left aboard. We are now through 4 complete. It's the Orix Buffaloes nothing, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call at the top of the 5th inning. Glad you guys could be here with us tonight. Here is our friend Steve.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to face Masahiro Tanaka here in the top of the 5th inning. And what does that mean? That's going to be Ryo Adachi, Ryota Ishioka, and Yuma Mune. And the first pitch to Adachi is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. It is a 0-0 ball game. We have ourselves the anticipated pitcher's duel here tonight. As Tanaka rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball that just misses down and away. And the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Adachi. Adachi entered the ball game tonight hitting .297. But he grounded out his first time at bat. There is a breaking ball that drops in, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes from the crafty right-hander, Tanaka. Tanaka now getting his sign from the catcher Sumitani. He rocks into the motion. And now he kicks and he fires. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right center field. Racing back on it is the center fielder, Tatsumi. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to put Adachi away for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Ryota Ishioka. Ishioka tonight is officially 0 for 2. He's grounded to third and grounded to second. So he bats from the left side. As we said, he's one of those few players who wears glasses when he plays. There's not too many players in the big leagues who wear their glasses. I remember for a while it was, I think, Eric Sogard used to wear glasses. There's a first pitch breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the third base umpire. They say Ishioka didn't go, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Tanaka rocking into the motion and delivers. There's another breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. It's been the challenge tonight for the right-hander Tanaka is his command and control of the pitches. There's a fastball swung on it, missed. Count is now 2-1. He has not had a 1-2-3 inning yet. Every inning, at least 1 hitter's gone on base. I shouldn't say that. Actually, in the second inning, he had a 1-2-3 inning, but He hit the first bat of the inning, and it was an unconventional 1-2-3. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. He's going to reach the seats behind the third base dugout. It was the Joe McCarthy who was clunked in to lead off the inning, but he was erased in the double play by Wakatsuki. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Tanaka rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Shioka stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 2. That is going to bring up the third baseman, Yumamune. The ball game tonight, that is only the third strikeout I have registered here for the right-hander Tanaka. He didn't retire anybody by the strikeout in the first 3 innings. Everything has now come late. It was his 75th pitch of the ball game, and that brings Mune to the plate. For Mune tonight, he is 0 for 1. He grounded to third his first time up, and he walked back in the third inning. He bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Tanaka. He takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Tanaka again ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Waiting on deck, should Mune get on, it is Kaida Nakagawa. And here comes the offering. It is a fastball that misses up and in, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Mune ready to go back to work. He rocks himself into the motion. And now he kicks and delivers. And it is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 1-2 to Mune. As I said last year, it was kind of fun to watch Yumamune come into his own, as he's pretty much held down the third base position since then. He did play a little bit of outfield, but he is basically now the Orix everyday third baseman. And here comes the 1-2 pitch as Tanaka rocks into the motion and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This time it's fouled the other way on the first base line. That's going to keep the count again to 1-2. He's not a big fella, Mune. He's rather slender build. He is fairly athletic. As we said, he only has 3 stolen bases on the year. He doesn't have any home runs yet this year. He did have a few clutch ones last year. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the right-hander Tanaka delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. And Mune's got himself a 2-out single here in the top of the 5th inning, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Kaida Nakagawa. So that kind of continues as Tanaka has not been able to go 1-2-3 other than the unconventional time in the 2nd inning when he hit the leadoff batter who was erased in a double play. So that's going to bring up the center fielder Nakagawa, who was 1 for 2 today. He had that broken bat double down the left field line back in the 1st inning, and he grounded back to the pitcher his last time up. So 1 for 2 on the evening. He's raised his season average to 300 as he is now officially 60 for 200 at the plate. The first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike from the right-hander Tanaka. He checks the runner at first. He nods. He comes set at the chest. Now he's ready to deliver. He kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on, and this is grounded to the right side. It's fielded by Asamura. He throws to first. And Nakagawa is retired for the 3rd out of the inning. That's going to go down as a ground out 4-3 for out number 3. There was no runs. There was a hit. There were no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. That is now 6 runners the Buffaloes have left on base. We are now moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 0-0 ball game between the Buffaloes and the Eagles. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are now moving to the bottom of the fifth inning. It is the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming to bat for the Golden Eagles. That means it's Jinjiro Sumitani, Hiroto Kobakata, and the top of the order Haruki Nishikawa to face the right-hander Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Yamamoto had the first sign of trouble in the fourth inning when he loaded the bases. He was able to get out of it, and the first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1. Still pretty economical for the right-hander as he only had 57 pitches through the first 4 innings. That is pretty good by our books. He's just over 14 pitches an inning. Time you can keep it under 15 an inning, you're doing okay. And there's a split finger pitch that swung on, and Sumitani almost screws himself into the ground. The count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. It'll be Kobakata and Nishikawa, as we said, to follow here. And we have our proverbial Japanese halftime. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Sumitani is gone on strikes for the first out of the inning. As now the right-hander is starting to loosen up a little bit. That's now his 4th strikeout of the ball game. That is going to bring up Hiroto Kobakata. For Kobakata, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to left field his first time up. Our friend Kreimstein says his luck, it's going to be a scoreless game. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. I guess my question is if the game went to extra innings, or is the bet that you placed only through for 9? There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kobakata. Right-hander offers and delivers. It's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Kobakata. Moto working into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that just misses inside. Now the count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Kobakata. He's looking to get something going here as he's the 9-hole hitter, looking to set the table for the top of the order. There's a fastball that comes in at the knees, and the count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kobakata waggling the bat. And now waiting on the offering from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses down. That is going to be a base on balls here for Kobakata. As he is aboard, that's going to bring up the top of the order, Haruki Nishikawa. Well, both of these hitters in the batting order have double-digit stolen bases. Kobakata is a threat to steal. He's got 12 on the year. Nishikawa, who steps to the plate, has got 16. They both run well. So if I'm in this situation here, I'm thinking that Kobakata is a good bet to run at some point. And now the batter, Nishikawa, gets himself in on the left side. He's waggling the bat. And here comes the first offering from Yamamoto. He holds at the chest and he fires over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Kobakata. So he also feels that the same way, I would say. Our friend Crimestein says, yeah, I need 4 in extra innings, my only chance. We'll have to see here. I'm curious to see how far Tanaka will stay in the ballgame as his pitch count is starting to ratchet up. He's into the 70s. I'll have to do a double check on that. There's a fastball swung on. This is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. And that is going to send Kobakata all the way around to third as the ball has been cut off. And now the Eagles have something brewing as they got runners on the corners. It's a single for Nishikawa. Kobakata goes all the way around to third. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Genji. So don't look now. The Eagles are flapping their wings again with 2 on and 1 away here in the 5th inning. Nishikawa really needed that one. He's been stinking it up lately. His March and April, he was the player of the month in the Pacific League. Got off to a great start. Former Hokkaido Nippon ham fighter. And since then, it was a downward spiral from there. He's only hitting .216 on the season, entering tonight's fray. That'll help his batting average. Our friend Crimestein is praying for a miracle. Well, if one of these teams could bring in Josh Hader, you might get that miracle. But unfortunately, he already threw gasoline on the fire in San Francisco tonight. So here's Genji to the plate. He is 0 for 2 tonight. He is grounded to second, and he is lined to the first baseman. And here comes the first offering from Yamamoto. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. I'd like to see if they're going to put Nishikawa in motion here. He's got 16 stolen bases on the year, and would the Eagles consider a double steal? Would they send the runner Kobakata from third if the ball went through? So here comes the 1-0. And Yamamoto delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled off into the feet of the hitter, Genji. He wears a protective piece on his right foot. But instead, he hit it off his back leg. Boy, I haven't seen that in a while. So in other words, he hit that off his left leg, not his right leg. It was really weird. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The runner at third is Kobakata. The runner at first is Nishikawa. It's 1-1 here to Genji. He's waiting on the offering here from Yamamoto, who holds at the chest and delivers. It is a split finger pitch that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Last couple innings is where Yamamoto has found himself in some trouble. He retired 9 of the first 10 batters that he faced. In fact, 10 of the first 11. And since then, it's now become a bit of labor here for the right-hander. So Yamamoto holds at the chest. He checks the runner at third, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Down to second goes Nishikawa. The throw is not in time. And that is going to even the count now at 2-2. It is a stolen base for Nishikawa. That's going to be his 17th of the season. I was wondering when that was going to happen. He actually foul-tipped that pitch into the mitt, did the batter Nishikawa. Was hung on by Wakatsuki. I wonder if he would have been better off just letting that ball fall to the ground. But because he caught it, Nishikawa was able to get in there and get his 17th stolen base of the season. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The runners are now both in scoring position for Genji. Waits on the offering here from Yamamoto, who kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on again, fouled off by Genji into his leg. It's going to keep the count at 2-2. Our friend Crimestein says, how many outs? There's only 1 out right now, as we have those runners at second and third. So Nishikawa, the runner at second, Kobakata, the runner at third. The Eagles are looking to break the deadlock here. And here comes the pitch to Genji. It is a split finger pitch that's golfed into shallow left field. Racing hard is the left fielder. The ball's going to fall in. Here comes the throw to the plate. Kobakata slides in safely. The ball is overthrown, and the Golden Eagles are on the board with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That is going to be a base hit for Genji. The left fielder Ryota Ishioka really had to charge hard. Genji basically golfed the ball into shallow left field. He picked it up on the short hop. He came up firing, and Kobakata came in sliding. He was able to make it in time. And Genji celebrates at first base with that base hit and an RBI. It's going to advance the runner Nishikawa over to third. They've got runners on the corners again here. Our friend Steve Rademacher has now changed his tune. He's picking the Golden Eagles for the win. Crimestein says 3 more, baby. And so 1-0 for the Golden Eagles. Actually, the runner Nishikawa stayed at second base. I thought he went over to third. I'm not sure why he didn't advance. There's a first pitch fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0 to Asamura. To see that piece again, I know that they had to throw the ball to the plate as Kobakata was going. Even if he would have been cut off and thrown out at third base, he would have scored the run. So runners at first and second, not first and third. That's weird. And there's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0. My friend Crimestein says, what? That's exactly what I say. They had runners at second and third, and the runner at second didn't advance. It's not exactly the best base running. Steve Rademacher said, I would love to see you call football games or wrestling pay-per-views in the future. Sign in if you would chat if you think that's a good idea. I don't know if I could do wrestling. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. I think maybe we should open up another channel and do some basketball. I think that would be a lot of fun. Do a little bit of the NBA or maybe even some of the European leagues. Actually, I don't know if I'd find the European leagues to be very fun. But wrestling, I'm not sure I could be able to handle that. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And Crimestein says maybe a rookie. No, Nishikawa is a seasoned veteran. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep right field. Back on the warning track is the right fielder Sugimoto. He watches, and it is gone. A home run for Hideto Asamura. He goes the opposite field. It is a 3-run blast. And our friend Ruben Hogan, who had the -3 for the first 5 innings, has got to be crying in his beer somewhere here, as that is a 3-run homer by Asamura. And that is going to increase the lead for the Golden Eagles to 4-0 here in the 5th inning. Unbelievable. We didn't see that coming, as Asamura has absolutely obliterated that pitch to right field. Our friend Crimestein is jumping up and down. He's hit the over. Congratulations to you, my friend. There's a first pitch breaking ball that misses outside to Hiroki Shimochi for ball 1. I would have got that one wrong because I called the Buffaloes to win tonight, but who knows? Maybe it's going to go more than 4. And there's a first pitch fastball, or second pitch fastball swung on. Is lifted into deep left center field. Racing back on it is the center fielder Nakagawa, and he's going to make the catch just in front of the warning track. Shimochi sent that one a long way, but not long enough. He has gone for out number 2, and that's going to leave it all up to Igor Omoji. So Hideto Asamura with his 15th homer of the year off of one of the best pitchers in the NPB. It is 4-0 for the Golden Eagles here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And did that ever clear the crowd out here tonight? And there's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0 to Moji. Moji today is 0 for 2. He is grounded out to short, and he has struck out his 2 times to the plate. And here comes the offering from Yamamoto. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. The hit parade continues here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the 5th, as Moji's got himself a 2-out single, and that's going to bring up Daichi Suzuki. So 4 hits now in the inning for the Golden Eagles. And that is the way it goes sometimes in these ball games. But it's never over until it's over, or at least until the fat lady sings, they used to say. So Daichi Suzuki steps to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He singled and he reached first on an error his last time up. He steps in here. He's got his average up to 241 now on the campaign. And Yamamoto checks the runner at first. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Suzuki. This is the 8th hitter of the inning that the Golden Eagles have sent to the plate. It's got to be pretty deflating for the Buffaloes. I would also say that the Golden Eagles would have my nod for the better bullpen. So it is going to be tough for the Buffaloes to score some runs. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Daichi Suzuki. I have to say, watching Yamamoto pitch, I am a little disappointed in what I've seen from the right-hander tonight. I've seen some really explosive efforts. I don't know if it's maybe because it's a little cooler today. The players are wearing their sleeves, both offensively and defensively. The umpires, though, are in their short-sleeve shirts. Yamamoto throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Suzuki. So waggling the bat is the left-handed stick Daichi Suzuki. It's no balls and 2 strikes. And Yamamoto delivers it as a fastball that misses upstairs. They appeal down to the third base umpire, who says Suzuki went, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. But there was damage done, and lots of it here in the bottom half of the 5th. There were 4 runs in the inning. There were 4 hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 5 complete innings. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 4, the Orix Buffaloes nothing. Stick around, everybody. Our proverbial Japanese halftime where they're out to clean the field. They take a little bit extra time is about to happen. We'll be back after this in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We'll give you an out-of-town scoreboard update when we return here in just a few minutes. But as we said, it's our version of Japanese halftime. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to take a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard. There's only 1 game currently going on in the Central League. All the other games are later starts. The Hiroshima Carp have exploded against the Yomiuri Giants. They have a 11-0 lead. And that is in the top of the 5th inning. It is 11-13-0 for the Carp, 0-1-0 for the Giants. They're getting blitzed at the egg tonight. The other games, the Yakult Swallows and the Okinawa Bay Stars, the Chinichi Dragons and Hanshin Tigers, they're all 2 a.m. Eastern starts, or 5 a.m. Eastern or 2 a.m. Pacific. In the Pacific League, the other game that is currently underway, the Saitama Seibu Lions and the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters are locked up at 0. It's in the top of the 6th inning. 0-4-0 for the Lions, 0-4-0 for the Fighters. And the other game that is supposed to take place in the Pacific League, the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks and the Chiba Lotte Marines, have been postponed. And this one here, you're going to the top of the 6th inning. It is a 4-0 lead for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, as they had that big inning in the bottom of the 5th. They have a 4-0 lead over the Orix Buffaloes. The big blast, the 3-run homer from Hideto Asamura to increase the scoreline to 4-0, and that is where we stand here. So stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the call of the top of the 5th inning. We got our friend Crimestein, who's in the house. He says he put 100 on the Ham Fighters. I don't know. That to me is always a risky bet when you're taking stuff there. I don't know if I'd be putting much of anything on that ball club. But who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back with this from Steve Rademacher. We'll be back in just a few.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check out his 500th subscriber video giveaway if he can get there by the end of the year. He's got some entertaining stuff to give away. It is going to be the heart of the Orix batting order coming up here in the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Masataka Yoshida, Yutaro Sugimoto, and Joe McCarthy to face Masahiro Tanaka. Tanaka has not exactly been stellar tonight, although he has able to pitch his way out of jams. He's at 83 pitches through 5 innings. And here comes the first offering to Yoshida, who he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Yoshida tonight is officially 1 for 1. He's got a double and a walk. And here comes the offering now from the right-hander Tanaka, who rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. We're looking at the finals around Major League Baseball today, as there was one game that was rained out, and that was the game that we were looking to do, the Mets and the Cubs. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1 to Yoshida. We are going to be back on the airwaves tomorrow for the Major League game between the Cincinnati Reds and the St. Louis Cardinals. It'll be a late addition to our schedule, so be sure to check that one out when you get an opportunity. There's the 2-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count now goes to 2-2. So for those of you who are making it in, we are happy to be able to be there with you. A masterful pitching performance tonight by Clayton Kershaw as we're cycling through some of the stuff. Kershaw had a perfect game going into the 7th inning before Luis Rengifo broke it up for the Angels. Some vintage Clayton Kershaw. This might be the best year of his career. There's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is now full to Yoshida. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yoshida is waiting on the offering from the KG veteran here. Yoshida is a hitting machine. When he gets going, he is as dangerous as there is anybody in the NPB. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 3-2. He's a very disciplined hitter. He's able to battle when he is on song like he is right here. And so it'll be the 3-2 offering coming again from the right-hander Tanaka. He rocks into the motion. And now he kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into center field. Backing up and camping out underneath it is the center fielder Tatsumi, and Yoshida is going to be put away for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the right fielder Yutaro Sugimoto. For Sugimoto, he is 0 for 2. He has flown out to left, and he has struck out his 2 times to the plate. The big fella has rebounded off after an awful start. He's pulled his average up to 239. He's got those 10 homers and 32 runs batted in. And here comes the first pitch from Tanaka. It's a breaking ball swung on. It has popped up over on the right side of the infield. And the hero Hideto Asamura is going to make the grab. That is going to put Sugimoto away for out number 2. 2 up and 2 away, and then it's going to bring up the first baseman, Joe McCarthy. For McCarthy, he is officially does not have a plate appearance tonight. He's been hit by a pitch and he's walked. Actually, he's got 2 plate appearances. He doesn't have an official at bat. He's still hitting .235 on the season. Here comes the first pitch from Tanaka. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So a couple innings ago, I was wondering if Tanaka was even going to make it to the 6th. The way this is going and the way they use the pitchers in Japan, and he may be coming back out for the 7th. Here's the 0-1 offering. Kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2 to McCarthy. So no balls and 2 strikes. James Ortega pops in. He says, there's no baseball on right now. Are you crazy? Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It is a fastball that misses up and in. The count is now 1-2. Our friend, the Crimestein, says the Ham Fighters are on a 6-game win streak and playing at home. I think they got a chance. You might be right. I really don't like that team. They're not quite the same team. There's a breaking ball that is check swing foul that's off the catcher. Smitani is walking around as it got him on the right leg, and that's going to run the count, keep still to 1-2. Our friend James Ortega says the UFC starts at 8 a.m. California time, 11 a.m. on the East Coast. It's going to be televised on ABC. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to McCarthy. Yeah, there was a couple of other fellas that were in the chat earlier, and they tapped out because they're going to get up early to watch it as well. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here comes the offering from Tanaka, who rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now going to keep the same at 1 ball and 2 strikes to McCarthy. This is going to be the 97th pitch of the ball game for Tanaka. As we said, he had not retired any of the sides in order, except in the second inning where it was an unconventional 1-2-3 as he had hit McCarthy to lead off that inning. And here's the pitch. It is a split finger pitch that just misses down, and the count is 2-2. So some good discipline by the left-handed hitting first baseman to lay off of that pitch. Tanaka really wanted that. Our friend Crimestein says the Ham Fighters have scored. There's a fastball taken for a called 3rd strike. McCarthy stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 3. And that is going to do it for the Buffaloes in their half of the 6th. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles with a 4-0 lead. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers, and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the batting order for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. As Yoshinobu Yamamoto is back on the mound, he delivers a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Tatsumi. Tatsumi tonight is 0 for 2. He is grounded to second and struck out his 2 trips to the plate. And there is a fastball waved at and missed, and the count is now 0-2. It was 84 pitches through 5 innings for Yamamoto. A little strange that maybe he's come on to do it here. Here's the pitch. It is a split finger that misses down, and the count is 1-2. James Ortega says that the women are going to be fighting tomorrow. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep left field. Racing back underneath it is the left fielder. He's going to camp out there is Ishioka, and he's going to make the catch. He's going to retire Tatsumi for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the catcher, Jinjiro Sumatani. Particularly not a huge UFC fan. I can say that the UFC is something that I don't have a ton of interest in. So one away here. If it's on, I watch it. And here comes the first pitch. It's a breaking ball to Sumatani. Swung on it, is lifted into left field. Moving over underneath it is the left fielder, Ishioka. He's going to make the second catch of the inning out there and left, and that's going to retire Sumatani. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Hiroto Kobakata. And it's not that I have anything. I think that the UFC athletes, some of them are arguably some of the best athletes in the world, multidisciplined. Some of them can use multitude of martial arts in their combat fighting. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. But as I said, it's not something that I've always been fascinated with. I grew up as a boxing fan. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to second. It's fielded by Adachi. He throws to first. That was a pretty quick inning. It's a ground out 4-3 to end it here for the Eagles in their half of the 6th. They go quietly. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Now through 6 complete, it is the Golden Eagles 4, the Buffaloes nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back for the top of the 7th, and it looks like Masahiro Tanaka is coming back out for another inning of work.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. It's It's going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming to bat for Orix and their half of the 7th inning. By all accounts, it looks like that it could be it for Yoshinobu Yamamoto, but it is not for Masahiro Tanaka, as he is in to start his 7th inning of work. So Kobayashi, Wakatsuki, and Adachi here to face the right-hander Masahiro Tanaka. He's talking about some stuff that we were talking about before about athletes. Here comes the first offering now from Tanaka as he goes into the motion. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. There was a fella that I remember at the gym. If you ever go and look at UFC 1 or 2, I think he fought in 1 and 2, and there was a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count goes even at 1-1. His name was Dave Beneteau. And Beneteau fought when it used to be that tournament style, when it was 8 guys, and then they would have 4, and then they would have a finals all on the same night. And it was very impressive even in the gym. And there's a fastball swung on. It's lined right to the third baseman, Moji. He didn't have to move as he made the catch. And with one swing of the bat, Kitaro Kobayashi is gone for out number 1. It's going to bring up the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. As I said, he is absolutely a strong individual, was that Beneteau. He was a power lifter. He was cut from our national judo team. Also cut as a wrestler. We do have a pinch hitter coming up for Wakatsuki. We'll have to get you that here in just a moment. There's a first pitch fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. And here comes the pitch. It is a split finger pitch swung on. It is grounded softly to second. It's fielded by Asamura. That is going to retire the second Buffalo of the inning. That is going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Ryo Adachi. So that pinch hitter who came in was Tomoya Noguchi. Noguchi had grounded out there to see if he's going to stay in the ball game. They're going to do a double switch. So here comes the first offering to Adachi, and it is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 0-1. So Tomoya Noguchi. And here comes the offering from Tanaka. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Tanaka still on the hill here at pitch number 105. He rocks into the motion. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that just misses low. Runs the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike. The 9-hole hitter, Ryo Adachi. Adachi is 0 for 2 tonight. He has grounded to second, and he has flown out to center field. And here comes the pitch from Tanaka. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped slowly to short. Kobakata fields it. He goes across the diamond, and that is going to do it here at the top of the 7th inning for the Buffaloes. There was no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Tanaka is on a roll. He's retired the last 7 batters he faced. We're now moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is a 4-0 Golden Eagles lead. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call after this from our friend Steve.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Reps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Reps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Reps Baseball.
appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check him out. We do have a pitching change as there is a new pitcher on the mound, another right-hander for the Orix Buffaloes as Yoshinobu Yamamoto's day is completed. We will get you that here in just a moment as it looks like it is going to be Masaru Nakamura taking over on the hill. And it looks like there are some changes defensively we'll have to get caught up on here. Nakamura is going to be in his second appearance here for the Orix Buffaloes. He's only appeared in one game. He has 1 inning pitched. He's allowed a hit, 1 walk, no runs, no strikeouts. And he is here to face the top of the order. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside to Nishikawa for ball 1. It's the top of the order. Is Nishikawa, Genji, and Asamura here to face the right-hander. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes even to 1-1. For Nakamura, he has, in his first season, he hasn't pitched since 2019 when he was with the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. And there is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. So he would have been former teammates here with Nishikawa, as they would have been teammates with the Fighters. There is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes even to 2-2. This is his first season with the Buffaloes. As we have to go back and take a look, he's really only pitched in 6 games since 2015. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. That's going to run the count now to 2-2 on Nishikawa. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So I have to do a little bit of research on this righty. I wonder if he's had some arm troubles. And here comes the pitch. It is a split finger pitch that misses down. And that is going to run the count now full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Nishikawa. Again, Nakamura rocks into motion, and he delivers a fastball that misses down and away. It's going to be a leadoff walk here for Nishikawa here to start the 7th inning, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Genji. Well, Genji helped get the scoring going back in the 6th inning as he had a base hit to drive in Hiroto Kobakata. He singled in an RBI tonight. He's also lined to the first baseman and grounded out to the second baseman. That ball that he was able to golf into left field just in front of the left fielder, the charging left fielder, Ishioka, his last time up. Really helped get the ball rolling for the Giants. So here comes the first offering to the left-handed hitting Genji, and it is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Our friend Crimestein asked the question. He goes, "You ever thought about doing UFC commentary?" No, actually, I haven't thought about it because, to be honest with you, I just don't know enough about the moves. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is 1-1. Reality of it is I don't know the martial arts all that well. And I think you have to be knowledgeable in that field to be able to do it. I don't even know if I could do soccer. Might be able to do football and basketball. There's a split finger pitch missing down to Genji, and the count is now 2-1. We'll have to keep our eye on Nishikawa over at first base. He is a threat to run. He's already got a stolen base tonight. He's got 17 on the year. Here comes the 2-1 offering. And again, Nakamura holds, but he fires over to first, and diving back is the base runner, Nishikawa. Friend James says we have a good voice and we do better than the commentators on ESPN. Yeah, sure, James, if you want to go out and pound the doors. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 2-2. I'll even give you 10% if you can get that $60 million. At least for the first year. After that, you're on your own. And you got it on record. We've got it right here. James Ortega gets me that $60 million. We'll give him 10%, which is $6 million. And you're good. And we're good to go. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And there is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined over the head of the second baseman in the right field. Gets down to Sugimoto. He comes firing into second base. Nishikawa was a bit of a calamity there. He kind of hesitated. He went halfway. He had to freeze because of the line drive. Once the ball got over the second baseman's head, he had to get into second base. Sugimoto came up trying to fire him out to get the force, but he is going to get in there safely. That's going to put runners at first and second, and it's going to bring up Hideto Asamura. Asamura's already got a 3-run homer in this one. There's 2 ducks on the pond with nobody out. Looks like he's going to go duck hunting again here in the 7th inning. So Asamura has got 15 homers and 52 RBIs. With that home run back in the 5th inning. He's officially 1 for 2 tonight. He's also drawn a walk. And here comes the first pitch. That is a breaking ball swung on it, missed, and the count is 0-1. And not only did he swing and miss at that pitch, he screwed himself right into the ground. I wonder if he's going to play poker here with them. There is a pinch runner for Ginji at first base. As we say, we'll have to pick that up for you in just a moment here as well. So here comes the 1-strike pitch to Asamura. It is a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-1. Reminds me of a story of a friend of mine who used to play with the Oakland Athletics at the time when Mark McGuire was there. He was telling the story that when McGuire was in a spring training game and he was facing some rookie pitcher, and the rookie pitcher had thrown him a breaking ball, and he swung and spun himself into the ground, and he looked into the dugout and it was like, oh, this guy's got a really good breaking ball. And there's a breaking ball swung on it. It's popped up right at home plate. Camping out underneath it is the catcher who's going to make the grab, and that is going to retire it. Asamura for the first out of the inning. So he's gone out for out number 1. Anyways, he said McGuire took this big hack and spun himself into the ground and looked into the Oakland dugout and said, ooh, this guy's got a really good breaking ball. Ooh, it was kind of like, he was really impressed. So the rookie pitcher or the minor league pitcher threw him the exact same pitch, and McGuire hammered it 460 feet into the stands down in the spring training game for a home run. He said McGuire used to be able to bait pitchers in by doing some of that stuff, making them look bad, and then when they'd repeat the pitch, he was right there on it. So here comes the first offering to Shimouchi, and it's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Shimouchi. The runner at second is Nishikawa. The runner at first is the pinch runner for Genji. As we said, we're going to have to get you that update as we get it here. They're a little bit behind on the web notes. And here comes the 1-0 to Shimouchi. There's a fastball swung on it. Is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. It's going to be a base hit. Running around second is Nishikawa. Here comes the throw. It's not in time. And heading into third base is the runner Muto. That is going to be a 5-0 lead now here for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Shimouchi's going to get himself an RBI. Nishikawa comes around to score. And that is going to send Genji's runner Muto all the way over to third. And they increased the scoreline to 5-0, and that looks like it's going to be the end of the day for Shimouchi. As he is coming out of the ball game, they are now giving him the high fives. So Shimouchi's day is done. We'll get you the pinch runner for him in just a moment. As now they're starting to empty the bench. It looks like it's Kazuki Tanaka. That's going to bring up Igor Omochi to the plate. So Tanaka is now the runner at first. This game here that was a pitcher's duel for pretty much 4.5 innings is now gone a little bit sideways. Here comes the offering. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0 to Moji. So 1 ball and no strikes. The crowd is rather pleased. As we said, it was a game that was probably in doubt in Tohoku as they were calling for rain earlier, and it is in the area. But this game so far has avoided all the rain. at least through the first 6.5 plus innings. So here comes the 1-0 offering. It is a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes even to 1-1 to Moji. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As we said, there are going to be some moves here as the Buffaloes have not looked like they're going to be able to score here. As every inning in the first 4 innings, they had at least 1 runner on base. And then Tanaka really settled down in inning 5 and 6, and there is the runner taking off to second base. It's not even going to draw a throw. Sliding in safely is the base runner Tanaka. To see if they give him a stolen base on that one, or if they're going to say defensive indifference. I think it'll probably be given a stolen base, because it looked like they wanted to throw down, but they really didn't. I'll have to give the update on the catcher for the Orix Buffaloes. There is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. Count now goes even to 2-2. Now Tongu, who is in catching. Yuma Tongu. So 2-2 to Moji as he replaced Sumatani. Sumatani had a bit of a, sorry, I shouldn't say Sumatani. He replaces Wakatsumi. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. Runs the count now to 3-2 on Moji. So the pinch hitter was Tomoya Naguchi, and he got replaced by Tongu, because he'll be in the same part of the batting order. So here comes the 3-2 offering. It's a fastball that misses upstairs to Moji. And that walk is going to load the bases here with 1 out. The Golden Eagles have something brewing here in their half of the 7th inning. It's going to bring the first baseman Daichi Suzuki. Now you can start to understand why the right-hander Nakamura hadn't pitched very much in the last few years. This outing here is taking a 4-0 lead and is ready to explode into something serious here. So for those of you who had the under in this game here, that under is long gone. Friend James Ortega says I'm going to need more than the split. He's trying to negotiate for us, but I would have to tell him I'm going to get my new agent. So here comes the first offering from the right-hander Nakamura, and it is a fastball to Suzuki, missing upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Right now, I think there's a fight in the bat rack as the Golden Eagle players are wrestling to get bats, as they can't wait to get to the mound to face this right-hander. So here comes the 1-0 offering. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. I'll have to do one of those ones where we have to fire our agent and go get a new agent. We'll put the phone call into Scott Boris right now and get his agency to give us something. First time he's represented a commentator. And there's a split finger pitch swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend James says it's $30 million a year for 5 years. I'm not that greedy. There you go. And take what you can get. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Suzuki. He waggles the bat. He's waiting on the offering here. Bases are loaded, and there's 1 away here in the 7th. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and it is grounded through the 4-hole. It took a crazy hop. It looked like it hit the mound, and it's right to the right fielder Sugimoto, and that's going to bring 2 runs in. It's going to increase the lead to 7-0. I'm going to have to go back and take a look. It may have gone off the foot of Nakamura, as it was right back up the middle. The trainer is already out. We're going to get the replay on that one. So he left that pitch up in the zone. Suzuki came right back up the middle, and it looked like it may have hit him off the right shin, and that deflected through the 4-hole into right field. And Nakamura is coming off the mound. I'm not sure if they're going to take him to the trainer's area or if his day is going to be done. Either way, he is walking off. It was Muto who scored from third. The pinch runner Tanaka scored from second. And is going to put runners at first and second. It'll bring up Ryosuke Tatsumi. As the Golden Eagles are still looking to add more, it is now a 7-0 lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We've got ourselves a timeout. Our friend James Ortega says, I used to date this girl in Maui who dated an Oakland baseball player when she was only 15. She used to go to the practices. She knew all the players like Ricky Henderson. Yeah, it's kind of funny. There's some of that as well. We do look like we have a pitching change as the pitching coach is coming out to the mound. And we're going to see who they're going to be calling in for this one. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. We got a 7-0 lead. And we'll get you all the specs when we return here in just a couple moments, as that is a injury delay. And he will get all he needs, the reliever, to get himself ready for this one. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVlogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones, or creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time a mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a right-hander coming in the ball game. It is going to be Casey taking over here. He is going to be the third pitcher used on the night by the Orix Buffaloes, as he is on in relief. Masaru Nakamura. Nakamura had faced 6 hitters in the inning, and 5 had reached base. Allowed 3 hits and 2 walks. Already 3 runs are in, and the 2 runners aboard are going to be charged to him. And so Ryosuke Tatsumi steps to the plate. He is 0 for 3 tonight. And so Kei Suzuki on to get some work. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that just misses down. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Ryosuke Tatsumi. And here we go as the right-hander is back to work again. There's a fastball swung on it, is popped up into shallow left field. Moving over underneath it, and now taking him for a ride into left center is Ishioka, but he finally hauls it in. That is going to retire Tatsumi for the second out of the inning. He was able to lift it up there, but the left fielder made a bit of an adventure of it. He was finally able to make the grab and retire Tatsumi for the second out of the inning, and that is going to bring up, it's supposed to bring up the catcher Jinjuro Sumitani. We've got ourselves, that is Jinjuro Sumitani who is coming up. I thought we were going to have ourselves a pinch hitter here, as he is 0 for 3 tonight. He's got himself a pop out to second, a fly out to left, and a strikeout. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So our friend James Ortega says, I'm watching Frankie and Johnny. That's without Pacino and Michelle Pfeiffer. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count is 1-1. Well, this game here is turned ugly. Not as ugly as the game in Hiroshima, or I should say in Tokyo, between the Hiroshima Carp and the Yomiuri Giants. That game is in the Bottom of the 7th inning, it is a 11-0 lead for the Carp. The Fighters are still leading the Saitama Cebu Lions 1-0 in the bottom of the 7th. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-1. These are the only 3 games going. Boy, did that get out of hand in a hurry once Yamamoto gave up those 4 runs in the 5th. So 2 aboard here, runners at first and second with 2 gone in the 7th. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to the catcher, Simitani. Now the right-hander, Kei Suzuki, holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. Now the count runs even to 2-2. This is the second time tonight that the Golden Eagles have sent 8 batters to the plate. They did it back in the 5th inning when they scored 4 times, and they've got the 8th hitter at the plate here, and they're looking for more. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Simitani. He holds at the belt. He checks the runner at second. Now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our friend James Ortega says that's without Al Pacino and Michelle Pfeiffer. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Simitani. Here comes the offering from the right-hander Suzuki. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and this is also fouled away. And now it's turning into one of those marathon at-bats. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Simitani gets himself dug back in. And now we're waiting on the 2-2 offering yet again. Suzuki holds set at the belt. He checks the runner at second base, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch missing down and away. The count is now 3-2. The runners will be in motion here once Suzuki goes to the plate. Buffaloes are trying to figure out a way that they can get out of this one here without any more damage. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch from Suzuki. Kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on again, fouled straight back. And again, the count remains at 3-2. There's no mystery here. Simitani is right on the right-hander. He's waiting now on the offering. It's 10 pitches for Suzuki since he's come into the ballgame. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander ready to deliver to the right-hander. John Cardona is checking in. Welcome, John. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and that is going to be ball 4. It's going to load the bases. We had a great crowd in here to begin the ball game, John, but it has dissipated slowly, especially now that it is a 7-0 lead. So we're glad you're here to keep us entertained. The bases are full of Golden Eagles here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's going to be the 9th hitter coming to the plate. It's going to be Hirota Kobakata. He was looking for his first hit tonight. He is officially 0 for 2. He walked in, scored a run back in the 5th inning, but he grounded out and lined out his other 2 trips to the plate. So the Golden Eagles are looking for more here in the 7th inning. And here's the pitch from Kei Suzuki. It's a fastball swung on and pop foul. And he's ahead in the count now at 0-1 to Kobakata. Kobakata was able to score to open that scoring on the base hit to left by Ginchi. Was a close play at the plate. But in some ways, it wasn't that close because the catcher wasn't able to hang on to the ball. If he was able to hang on to the ball, then possibly they would have had a chance for an out. So here's the 0-1 offering. It's a fastball that misses down, and the umpire had to go diving out of the way. The count is now even at 1-1. So just a reminder, we will be back on here for these same 2 teams again tomorrow night, but an earlier start. It's going to be 9 o'clock Pacific or midnight Eastern. And there will be another game on Sunday night in the Japanese League, or Monday Japan time, which is a rarity. We'll be on for that one as well. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul, and it's going to reach the seats over at the third base side, and that is going to run the count to 1-2 to Kobakata. John says he almost bet on Orix. He's glad he passed. Yeah, you know what? It was a great pitching matchup. Tanaka and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, through the first 4 innings, were locked in a 0-0 deadlock. It looked like Yamamoto was going to cruise, but that sure went sideways in a hurry. There was a split finger pitch swung on and missed. Kobakata is retired on strikes. 9 hitters come to the plate in the 7th inning for the Golden Eagles. They scored 3 runs on the inning on the benefit of 4 hits. There were no errors, and there were 3 runners left aboard. That's 8 tonight so far for the Golden Eagles. We are now through 7 complete. It is a 7-0 scoreline for Tohoku. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this from our friend, Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching change on our hands. It is going to be Naoto Nishiguchi coming in. It's going to be his 32nd appearance for the Golden Eagles. He's got a record of 2-0. He's worked 26 1/3 innings. He's allowed 17 hits, 11 walks, 25 strikeouts. He has given up 9 runs, 7 earned. He's got a 2.39 earned run average. So he is taking over for Masahiro Tanaka, who had 7 shutout innings under his belt, as we are moving here now to the top of the 8th inning. And the top of the 8th inning, it's going to be slated to come to bat Ishioka, Mune, and Nakagawa. As we said, there are some changes that are moving around here, and we'll have to keep you up to date as that moves along here. So here we are in the top of the 8th inning. Shioka, Mune, and Nakagawa face the reliever, Nishiguchi. Only 3 hits tonight for the Buffaloes. 9 hits for the Golden Eagles tonight. And Nishiguchi ready to kick and deliver. It's a fastball that misses inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. And we do have a pinch hitter, it looks like, here now for Ishioka, as they have gone to their bench, have the Buffaloes. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count is now 1-1 strike. It is Fukuda. It was in to pinch hit. This is Shuhei Fukuda. Fukuda's hitting .269 on the season. He's got no homers and 12 RBIs. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung out and fouled away. That's going to run the count now to 1-2 on Fukuda. Shuhei Fukuda has been the regular for the Buffaloes. Interesting how they're going the other direction right now. The Eagles are kind of emptying their bench. some of the players who didn't get the starter coming in to hit tonight. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shuhei Fukuda. Our friend John Cardona said that it was F5 under, right? Actually, it was one of the guys, Ruben Hogan, was in here earlier. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to second. Fielded by Asamura. He throws to first. Actually, check that. It's the substitute that's come in. Looks like it's Murray Biashi. It's going to go down as a ground out 4-3. First out of the inning, and that is going to bring up Yuma Mune. So, John, I believe it was 3.5 or 3 for the first 5 innings. And then it was 3.5 for 9. And that was the part that I couldn't believe either. That was when the game started. So poor Ruben Hogan was probably crying as there was 2 out when that home run by Asamura was hit back in the bottom of the 5th inning. That ended up losing his under bet. There's a first pitch fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. Came right down to the last at bat of the 5th, and that sunk him as he took the under. That put the Golden Eagles at 4 runs, put the game as a 4, so that ended up being an over through the first 5. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-0 to Yuma Mune. Mune tonight, 1 for 2 and a walk. He's been on base twice. And here comes the offering from Nishiguchi, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Mune batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Nishiguchi. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. This time of the game, you just want your pitchers to throw strikes so you can get out of here. Let them beat you with the base hits and not with the walks. You have to think the 7-run lead is in your favor. Here comes the offering. There's a fastball that misses down, and it's ball 4 to Mune. So he is aboard for the 3rd time tonight, and that's going to bring up Kaida Nakagawa. It's also going to bring out Simatani to the mound to talk to his young right-hander. That conference is quickly over, and now Nakagawa is coming to the plate. Nakagawa is 1 for 3 today. He had a broken bat double back in the 1st inning. His bat absolutely exploded, but the ball went into the left field corner. He's also grounded to the pitcher and grounded to second. So here comes the first offering from Nishiguchi. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Right-hander against the right-hander. Nishiguchi ready to go back to work. He delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base side. It's going to run the count now to 0-2. One would think that with Masataka Yoshida waiting on deck, if he gets the at-bat here, he'll probably sit down if he has to run the bases. Here comes the 0-2 offering. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nakagawa. So here comes the 1-2 offering. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. So this ball game here really started off with a lot of electricity. The pitching was 0-0 through those first 4 innings. Then we said the bottom of the 5th inning, the wheels fell off the apple cart for Yamamoto. Our friend John said, I was hoping to hit the 7.5 under in the Brewer Giant game. There's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted down the line in left field. It's going to get down. It's in the corner. It's going to be extra bases. Rounding second and heading to third is Mune. And Nakagawa has got himself a double as there is now runners at second and third with 1 out. And the Buffaloes have something brewing here in the top of the 8th inning, and that's going to bring up Masataka Yoshida. Yeah, John, I was doing this game, and I kind of forgot all about the Giants and the Brew Crew. But it was Josh Hader. Apparently, he had given up a grand slam and a couple of more runs, and they walked him off in the bottom of the 9th. Yeah, apparently he wasn't drinking the Haterade tonight. The Haterade was a little bit sour. So Masataka Yoshida comes to the plate. He's been on base twice tonight. He's walked, he's doubled, and he's flown out to center. So maybe it was a little too early for the Eagles to start emptying their bench. Got one away here in the 8th inning, and the pitch to Yoshida is a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul behind home plate, and the count is 0-1. And John says Hader's blown a few saves. Yeah, it's been a rough 10 days for Hader. He's definitely been a bit rough. I wonder sometimes, I don't follow the Brewers tightly, but I wonder if Craig Counsell overuses his bullpen, whether it be Hader. I saw Williams come on for the save the other night. What we called the first game of that Giants last night. Also have seen him, use guys like Brent Suter regularly, and he's using that Hobie Milner quite a bit. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 1-1 to Yoshida. But if I was a Brewer fan, I'd be curious. I'd want to know what their thoughts would be. Does Craig Counsell overuse his bullpen? So here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on his tap slowly over to second. It is fielded by Maribiashi. He throws to first. Mune is going to score. That's going to be an RBI for Yoshida on the ground out 4-3. It's going to advance Nakagawa over to third. And that is going to break the ice here as the score is now 7-1 in the top of the 8th inning. And that's going to bring up the right fielder. It's slated to bring up the right fielder, Yutaro Sugimoto. So 2 away for Nishiguchi here as Nakagawa has become the runner at third. Sugimoto is 0 for 3 today. He has flown to left, struck out, and popped to second. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep right field. Racing back on the warning track and leaping. And this ball is gone. A home run for Sugimoto. Opposite field variety. And that cuts the lead to 7-3. So don't go away yet. The Orix Buffaloes are not dead quite yet. That is a 2-run shot for Sugimoto. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Joe McCarthy. So 7-3 is now the scoreline here in the top of the 8th inning. So Sugimoto salutes the visiting fans. That pitch was a letter-high fastball that he was able to stay inside and go the other way with. And it just got into the front row. It was that proverbial wall scraper. That's the 11th homer of the year for Sugimoto now. And here comes the first offering to McCarthy. And he swings through that fastball, and the count is 0-1. McCarthy is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out looking his last time up. He's walked and was hit by a pitch back in the second inning. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses outside. And the count is 1-1. Our friend John Cardona says, I think Counsell does overuse the bullpen. Hit the Brewers' money line Thursday and figured the Brewers needed to score quickly in extra innings because that bullpen was spent before the game started. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2 to McCarthy. Yeah, that's the one thing I wonder about Counsell is just how he uses certain players there. As I said before, I don't really follow the Brewers tightly. That's the first thing that comes to mind. There's a fastball swung on it. It's popped up into shallow right center field. Moving back is Maribiashi. Makes the catch. That is going to do it here finally for the Buffaloes in their half of the 8th inning. Well, there was some damage. They got 3 runs in the inning on a couple of hits. So 3 runs on 2 hits. There was no errors and nobody left on base. We're now moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is a 7-3 ball game. Stick around, everybody. It'll be the top of the order coming up for the Golden Eagles. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. Soon we're going to be having yet another pitching change. This is going to continue the parade here. Hang tight, everybody.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Jesse Biddle coming into the ball game, as he is going to be taking over here in the bottom of the 8th. It is his 31st appearance of the year. He's got a 3-4 record. He has worked 29 2/3 innings, allowing 23 hits. He has walked 14 and struck out 35. He's pitched to a ERA of 3.64. So he is taking over here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Slated to come to bat, it is supposed to be Nishikawa, Muto, and Asamura. And here comes the first offering to Nishikawa. It's a fastball, take it for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Nishikawa tonight is officially 1 for 3. He singled, scored a run, stole a base in the 5th. He walked and scored a run in the 7th. There is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Nishikawa. Our friend John Cardona says, when the Brewers bullpen is fresh and you have Burns starting, goes Burns, Boxberger, Williams, and Hader. And here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 1-2. Unless last night Hader goes and ties his career high with 115 pitches in the inning, then you pretty much go, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, right to Devin Williams. There's a fastball swung on. This is line down the left field line. Racing over is the new left fielder, Fukuda. He cuts it off. They throw it in. The ball gets away. Nishikawa is now down to second base. So that is going to be a single for Nishikawa. As the ball come back in, it was a poor throw. I don't know what's going on here with the Buffalo's defense. We're going to catch that one again. So a clear single as it was hit past the diving Mune. Went into the corner, and then as they threw it back into the infield, as they had a hard time playing catch. So we're going to rule that as an E7, but we'll see what they come up with they have something different. So this is going to bring up the hitter in the spot of Genji. This is Muto. He came in as a pinch runner in the last inning for the designated hitter, and it's Suki Muto. He takes a breaking ball down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Muto is hitting .286 on the season. He's got no homers and 8 RBIs, and he has no stolen bases. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So Jesse Biddle coming in for some needed work, but he's not getting the defense from his teammates right now out of the gate. So here comes the 2-0 offering. He checks the runner at second. And Nishikawa now is jockeying with him, and he goes back to the bag. So we'll see if they've got the error on that. They haven't announced an error yet. We haven't seen that quite there yet. They're still working on, they're sorting that out. There's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is now 3 balls and no strikes to Muto. And there it is on Fukuda on the entry throw. So it is an E7, just as we suspected. So the second error committed in the ball game by the Buffaloes. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 3-1. So I'm just checking back on our friend John there. And you might be right with that. Forgot Brad Boxberger was in their bullpen too, the former All-Star, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 3-2. Yeah, no way they were going to see him Thursday night. I'm surprised that Williams was actually in there. Yeah, well, I guess you got to get a win where you can. Here's the 3-2 offering. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to keep the count at 3-2 to Muto. It's unfortunate, as I said before, with the Brewers, the way they use their pen. I got to wonder if the window is starting to close on the Brewers. Maybe not their starting pitching, but some of the bullpen and certainly some of their offensive guys. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed. And Muto is gone for out number 1 here in the 8th inning, and that's going to bring up, or it was scheduled to bring up Hideo Asamura, but we have a pinch hitter for him. As there was a defensive change as Murray Biashi had come into the ball game. I'm just going to confirm that is the spot in the batting order where he is going to be hitting. It's Itsuki Murray Biashi stepping in. He is his 14th plate appearance of the year. He's hitting .250. He is 3 for 12 on the season. And there's a first pitch fastball that misses down. The count is 1-0. So he bats from the right side against the left-handed throwing Biddle. And here comes the 1-0 offering as Biddle checks the runner at second. Ishikawa is bouncing around out there. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-0. Or count is 1-1, sorry. So it's Itsuki Murray Biashi. So here comes the 1-1 pitch from Biddle. Again, Nishikawa bouncing around at second. And again, Biddle does the inside spaghetti move to chase him back to the bag. Now, John Cardona says they need offense. There's a fastball swung on it. Is grounded to the 6 hole. What a play by Kirbiashi. He throws to first. And that is going to get the batter runner, Murray Biashi. What a fantastic play. The shortstop, Kirbiashi, went backhand into the 6 hole. He does his best Derek Jeter impersonation by throwing off his back foot. He throws it across the diamond to first base to retire Murray Biashi. It's a ground out 6-3. It's going to hold the runner at second. That is going to bring up Kazuki Tanaka, who came in to pinch run for the Hiroki Shimochi back in the last inning, and there's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is 1-0. Our friend John Cardona says the Brewers' offense is what they need. Yeah, you know what? Really, if I remember right, there's really only a couple of guys that are hitting in that batting order right now. I can't remember even who it is. McCutcheon's been okay. I mean, McCutcheon's been hitting, he's around 260. So here comes the 1-0 offering from Biddle. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled back right off the mask of the catcher. And we're going to need a moment here as Tongu is on Queer Street as he is absolutely hit. That ball hit him and right flush in the mask, and he almost doubled backwards, but looks like he's going to regain himself and he's going to be all right. If this was the National Football League, he'd be in the concussion protocol right now. So 1 ball and 1 strike, but he stays right there at it. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. So John Cardona says they need the offense. I know Rowdy Tellez is statistically dropped off. I know it's not been a great year for Christian Yelich. Yelich has never been the same after he hurt his knee there or had that fractured kneecap. There's a breaking ball taken for a called third strike. And Tanaka stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 3. And that is going to do it here for the Eagles in their half of the inning. Well, there was no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left aboard. We are now through 8 complete innings. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 7, the Orix Buffaloes 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back here in just a minute. My friend John wants to know if the Mariners can make a playoff run. I'm going to know firsthand next week when I get a chance to see him play the Astros. We'll come back and talk about that in just a couple minutes. We're going to the 9th. Hang tight, everybody.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Thanks for checking out Freddie and Last Wraps Baseball. It's time to announce the winners of this month's mystery pack. Boom! Josh S., you're the winner. Congratulations. Enjoy the game, and remember to tell Steve Rademacher, pick a haircut. Back to the game.
Appreciate you, Dave, and your support of our channel. And, of course, congratulations to Josh S., as he went over and commented on one of the videos and let him know that Last Wraps Baseball sent him. If you want to do that at Zero Fox Sports, the Game Changer Lounge, will get you in an opportunity to get a free pack of mystery cards. It's going to be Yuki Matsui on in relief. He is normally the closer for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, and of course, it's not a save situation right now. It's going to be the 30th appearance of the year for Matsui. He's 1-2 on the season. He's got 19 saves under his belt. He's got worked 27 innings. He's allowed 14 hits, 7 walks. He has struck out an impressive 43 batters. Got an ERA of 2.0. So he is on here, and he's going to be facing the 7, 8, and 9 hitters slated to come to bat for the Orix Buffaloes. It'll be Kobayashi, Tonga, and Adachi. So Yuki Matsui in here to try to close it off. So our friend John Cardona asks if the Mariners are going to get a chance to make a run here for the playoffs, and I do believe they are. They're in a market for a second baseman. Our friend Crimestein says he found all the live streams. Yeah, one of the fellas earlier gave the information in the chat. Either through the Reddit, you can get it, or you can get it at, I believe it was Live QQQ. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right field. Racing in hard on it and making the catch is the right fielder Tanaka. That is going to put away Kobayashi for the first out of the inning. He hit the ball hard, but not hard enough, as that is going to be out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 away. That is going to bring up the catcher, Umatonga. So our friend Crimestein, as he's in here, usually what guys do is they sync the feed to ours and they listen to our call while they're watching the game. And because normally you can't get it in, obviously, in English. So we do have a pinch hitter coming up to the plate now for the Buffaloes, as they are coming fast and furious. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. This is Oshiro at the plate. This is Koji Oshiro. He is in the pinch hit here. 259 on the season. He's got 2 homers and 4 RBIs. So here comes the offering now from the lefty Matsui. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and now the count is 0-2. So he is making quick mincemeat of Koji Oshiro so far as Matsui. So here comes the 0-2 offering. We appreciate Crimestein being here, and we appreciate you checking in. We'll be back again tomorrow night. As we mentioned, it'll be 9 o'clock Pacific or midnight Eastern. Same 2 teams. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. It is fielded by the catcher, who throws down to first base as Simatani fires it down to Suzuki. That's going to be a strikeout, 2-3 for the putout for out number 2, and that's going to leave it all up to Ryo Adachi. Unless, of course, the Buffaloes have gone to the bench again. So we are going to be back in the daytime tomorrow for some Major League Baseball. So if the NPB isn't your cup of tea, come on back and we'll get the MLB action for you. As we are going to be calling the Reds and the Cardinals. We'll update our stream tonight here before we call it a night. Here comes the first offering now. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1, and they do go to the bench again as Adachi's night is done. This is number 44 in the ball game. Oh, sorry, this is Tongu now coming to bat. We had Tongu actually in the spot for Wakatsuki. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded through the 6-hole into left field. And Tongu is going to get himself a base hit. And that is a 2-out single as Tongu has a knock here. That's going to bring up the top of the order, Shuhei Fukuda. Well, Fukuda came in to bat for Ryota Ishioka back in the 8th inning. He's officially 0 for 1 tonight. Our friend John Cardona says, where can I find it? Yeah, we can't actually put it in there. So up in the chat, John, there's two ways. One is the NPB Reddit channel. You can pick off the links through there. You got to do a little bit of hunting there. The other thing is it's live QQQ. There's a fastball swung on. You can Google it. It's a fastball swung. It's lined into center field. It's a base hit there for Fukuda. So the pesky Buffaloes are still hanging around here. They got 2 on and 2 out, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Yuma Mune. The tying run is now on deck in this 7-3 ball game. So it's live QQQ, and you're going to see a lot of Chinese characters on the site, but that's where they basically have the information or where you can see it. So what people will do is they'll sync it to our stream. We don't actually use that one, but there's other stuff. I don't usually divulge our end, but that's where people are sharing that information. You can check that out. So here comes the offering now to the left-handed hitting Mune. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So Mune tonight has been on base 3 times. He's 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 walks. He's also scored a run. So all this trouble has come with 2 out as Masui has given up a back-to-back singles. So the left-hander holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Matsui, as we said, is on here. Not a safe situation. The third pitcher used by the Golden Eagles tonight. The Golden Eagles had a 7-0 lead, but the Buffalo scored 3 in that last inning, including the 2-run homer by Sugimoto. They're looking to add to their tally here. Here comes the 1-1 offering. Matsui kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that backs Mune off the plate, and the count is now 2-1. Can you imagine if Matsui does his best Josh Hader impersonation? Our friend Josh Jess says, when you get to the NPB Reddit, the first thread on top starts with new here. We'll have a link to the wiki. The wiki will have the links. There you have it. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Sui holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded up the middle. It is fielded by the second baseman, Murray Biashi, who throws behind him. And they're going to be able to retire the base runner, Fukuda, on a fielder's choice. It's going to be a 4-6 putout. And that is going to do it here as your final score is 7-3. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left aboard here in the 9th inning. Stick around, everybody. We'll wrap it up here in just a couple moments. Hang tight, everybody. It is a 7-3 final. I'll come back and wrap it up, and then we will call it a night.
Hello, guys. Steve Rademacher coming at you. I'm having my 500 subscriber giveaway if we get there by the end of this year. That's my name and my channel, Steve Rademacher. All you have to do is be publicly subscribed, and then you can enter to win once we hit the magic number. Either an unopened, still sealed box of Star Trek official trading cards, Next Generation and Original Series. If that's not your cup of tea, we have Fleer Adrenaline with a Deer Dick rookie card. I have pulled out an autograph from one of these, and there are relics. If that's not your thing, how about an unopened box of 1987 Donruss Baseball? Just come watch me, subscribe, and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. Don't forget, get them up to 500, and you'll be giving some of that stuff away. Just a couple looks at the out-of-town scoreboard. There is a final also in the Pacific League tonight. It is the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters knocked off the Saitama Cebu Lions 1-0. It was Uesawa getting his 6th win of the year against 5 defeats. Takahashi takes the loss. He goes to 6-7. Hori gets his 4th save. 1-8-0 for the Fighters, 0-5-0 for the Lions. The score the game that's currently going on in the Central League, the Hiroshima Carp, who jumped out to a 11-0 lead over the Amuri Giants, have a 11-4 lead as they go to the top of the 9th inning. It is 11-16-0 for the Carp, 4-8-0 for the Giants. Game is the top of the 9th inning. The game between the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks and Chipolote Marines has been postponed. No makeup date has been scheduled for that yet. The other games are going to go at 5 a.m. Eastern or 2 Pacific. That is going to be the Occult Swallows and the Yokohama Bay Stars, the Chinichi Dragons, and the Hanshin Tigers. Again, your final score here is 7-3 for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. The 4 runs in the 5th inning were capped off on a 3-run homer off the bat of Hideto Asamura. That put the score up 4-0. They added 3 more to the Golden Eagles in the 7th inning as they batted around. It was a leadoff walk to Nishikawa, a single by Genji, and then it was a RBI single by Shimouchi. And that is, they were able to pound in a couple of more runs after that as Suzuki knocked in a pair. And that is going to do it here as the final score, with the Golden Eagles 7 and the Orix Buffaloes 3. Once again, everybody, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow. It is going to be at 9 o'clock Pacific and midnight Eastern. Our friend here, Crimestein said the streams went down for some reason. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. Can't comment on that. I know John Cardona says he's on the live QQ, a little tricky to navigate. It's something to do with the Chinese characters. And usually when the game goes down, the stream goes down. John says, who do I like in the Hanshin matchup? I have to be honest, I have to go take a look at the pitching matchup on that one. And I'm really not as in tune with the Central League as I have been lately. So to give you anything there or any things to think about, normally speaking, Hanshin at home to Chinichi, I would be taking the Tigers all day long. But the Tigers have been struggling this year. It's not been their season for sure. They have played better lately, and they have got themselves all the way up into 3rd place now. As last time I looked in, Koji Chikamoto had a over 30-game hitting streak going on. And that is pretty cool to see that. They've won 3 in a row. Chinichi has fallen to the bottom of the Central League standings, so that might be a good thing just to straight up take the Hanshin Tigers. All right, fellas. Josh, appreciate you. John, Crimestein, thanks for sticking around tonight, guys. We had a big crowd early, but they left when the score left. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.